TomandDan.com/merch for all of your Tom and Dan merch needs. We had a listener in today who's celebrating his birthday and what his family did for him to make his birthday great. They went online and bought him some Tom and Dan merch. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, brand new straw hat designed by the Danger Brain, made by Hittin' Skins, a really cool apparel company. Any promo needs, any things that you need printed.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe what they do because they do it all. So it's kind of hard for Tom and I because they do vehicle wraps. If you have a convention you're going to and you need
promotional items.
Well, let's say you need a whole convention table or a setup. They can do that for
tents
you.
And everything.
Yeah, curtains,
merch.
Takeaways, big, small, all like
custom straw hats.
Yeah. I mean, that was something we came to them and they gave us so many different ways to do the hat that, and we settled on this one with the cloth underneath. They do a really good job.
And we also have what I'm calling a sun shirt, was basically super lightweight material,
like a nylon waterproof shirt.
Yes, and a lot of people wear the long sleeve sun shirts instead of having to slather on sunscreen anytime they go out. So check it out. It's at TomandDan.com and it's hittinskins.com for all your apparel needs. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Come join us. Just search for @TomandDan Live. And you can see what we were talking about but before we hit record on everything in here in our beautiful studio here in Baldwin Park, Florida, Baldwin Park, Orlando, whatever you want to call it.
So
ladies and gentlemen, from the Orlando Talk Show, you may also know him from comedy. He's an award-winning comedy and writer. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ross McCoy.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
So we do a little warm-up on Twitch before we start recording the show.
Just some jumping jacks, little push-ups.
It's weird.
We come in there cold.
I think people don't understand that it would be impossible. If you're in there crunching the numbers, and I'm in here writing emails back to people and doing stuff, Ross is telling me about his weekend, and we're chit-chatting and that, but there's not a lot of talking going on. But it would be impossible to run in here and go, 3, 2, 1, and then we're like, you would what would we do?
I also just found out. I was like, something should have been taken out of our account, and then I'm like, why is that? I haven't seen that recently. Like, what's the deal? And they're like, sir, that hasn't been. You stopped that in 2022. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, I don't know who authorized that. And they're like, you did.
and you did what we do, like when you're standing there with your groceries and your card doesn't work. You're like, hey, I got it. Let me get another card.
Put it aside. I'll be right back.
And then you never come back. So you can never go back to our account. So we have to drain the accounts today.
And what do you tell them that you're going to do? Every time that happens, you say, let me go check with my bank.
And they're like, sir, this is the bank.
It's just a number that's online. It's like you don't have to talk to anybody.
You're looking. They're logged into the bank.
You're like, we slid your card.
They're
and
our
it connected to nothing.
They're the only people that can go into our bank account.
Well, even at the store, they're technically contacting your bank to see if you have the money, and you don't. So
and they're saying things like, yes, he's right here.
There's nobody you need to talk to.
Nope.
There's no money. Anyway,
nobody at the bank who can put more money in your account.
Is that bad?
No. So then that's not even the point. The point is,
it's just your health insurance, Dan. Don't worry.
Is that I had to run in here, and then we have to get the show started, and then we're cold, so we have to do a little warm up. And then as we're doing the warm up, we started talking about bikini contests, and then we started talking about old bikini contests.
Let's just start there. That's a great point of origin, right? So the last bikini contest that you and I hosted, begrudgingly, we hosted it at Saddle Up. That was a bar. I don't even think it's downtown.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah, there was a bar downtown that was Western themed, and they did a little bit of advertising with us, and we needed the money at the time, and they asked us to host a bikini contest, and it was like a Tuesday night. It was Tuesday night bikinis.
And it was back in the day where I would know something's a bad idea, but then convince Daniel that to do it just for the money.
Yeah, and I will do things I'm easily convinced, and we'll do things for money.
yeah. But
it's important to put that out there.
Now, here's the thing: you're just doing it to support me because that's the real reason.
A lot of it is loyalty, I will say. Because there is a lot of blind loyalty. I will follow you to hell. I've said that before. I'll follow him to hell. I love this guy.
If they ask you to do it,
I'd say, oh no! I got a daughter. What the hell's wrong with you? I got a daughter.
I think this is before.
It was before my daughter.
Yeah.
Actually, this got me so horny. I went home and made a daughter.
So anyway, we're hosting this bikini contest that nobody wanted to be at, and then we started talking about bikini contests.
This was so long ago. Andrea's brother showed up,
and then
that bar was very dingy. It was like
it was dingy.
It was the most ill-lit bikini contest in the history.
It was dark.
You could barely see the girls. It was crazy.
I like a low-lit bikini contest.
It was like too dark, though.
A low-lit bikini contest. Everyone's an 8.
It was like romantic Italian dinner levels of darkness. It was bad.
Yeah. I forgot that we got you wrapped up in this.
How do we get you wrapped up into this?
Because that place is like a quarter mile from my house. I think I just swung by. I just came by.
Oh, yeah. You're like, this ought to be good.
It was
didn't we have buckets of water and it became some sort of a...
No.
Yes.
Was it water?
There were...
I think they asked us to do the water.
Yeah, they were doing a bikini contest and they're like... and then they brought out 2 of those like metal buckets filled with like ice water and super soakers. And they're like, start hosing them down. I'm like, well, this whole bar is made of wood.
So anyway,
and I think it took like 6 hours to occur because like only one lady actually showed up, and they had to call in some ringers to
we did have to wait for the ringers.
And then they're also, and they do this a lot. And me and Daniel have done a lot of different bikini contests earlier in our careers.
Yeah.
You
worked the you worked the circuit. I feel like,
and they always hand you some list of suggested questions you could ask them during the Q&A period. Which I always tell them, I'm like,
here's a bunch of suggested questions. You got like, what's your favorite pizza topping? Of course, they're always gonna say sausage.
And then I'm like, I'm pretty sure no one wants to hear any questions, but they.
Yeah, what do you want to be? What's your favorite sports team? That was a big one. That everybody yelled, "Go Gators!" The place would explode.
So this is not even what I wanted to talk about. Then we started asking, is there still bikini contests out there?
Well, what I wanted to say is I want to host one more because that one, I can't go out like that. I want to go out like Seinfeld. I want to go out on the top. Like, there was a time when you and I would host Kerr's Wing House, the calendar edition bikini contest finals in Daytona Beach. There'd be sports stars there, Herky Walls was there, sir.
I mean, it's the finals.
From the Orlando Predators, front row judge Herky Walls.
So then...
He may not have been there. I don't know. That may be fake news.
Daniel found a bikini contest that they do at the local Harley dealership, which makes sense.
On Super Bowl Sunday.
Super
Boob Sunday.
And then we started getting together a motorcycle ride.
Well, my scooter's done now, right? My buddies, he's tightening up a few things there. We got one more little pigtail to put on the Charger, so it's a little more convenient. And he's working on that. And then we're going to rent you and Ross. We're going to rent you some bikes. I see you more on a big. You need to be a big boss hoss. And then you need something like sporty.
Something sporty, exactly.
Like a V-Rod or like an older V-Rod. And then we'll get you a boss hoss. And let's do Tom and Dad, Ross McCoy, Wild Hog.
And then we ride our motorcycles down to the Harley dealership.
Yeah. We don't even care about the game. That's how horny we are. We're here for the ladies of the bikini contest and look at bikes we can't afford.
So let me get this straight. I'm on a boss hoss.
Yes, a boss hoss. Big V8.
Ape-hangers. Definitely ape-hangers.
And you got to have the right gear on, too, dude.
It's burning my calves out. It's so wide.
But you got. We're gonna suit
like
you
riding
up.
a horse.
We're gonna suit
my
you
legs
up.
are spread.
It's also got those front pegs, so you can stretch out a little bit too.
Right now.
Caller, hold the line, okay? Hold on. Stop laughing and hold on. Okay, we're gonna suit you up. We're gonna get you the full. We're gonna talk to. Turkey Leg. We're gonna get you a brand new pair of jeans. We're gonna get you some real boots with the big metal rings on the side.
Dark jeans.
Harley, black jeans, a bass player or a tuba player in high school. You're wearing black jeans
with chaps,
Fringe chaps.
We'll
Fringe
get you a
chaps.
jacket. We'll get you a Nazi helmet, the whole nine, man.
You're like, why does your helmet have a big spike on the top?
Yeah, it's in now.
And both handlebar handles have those braided ropes that whip you while you're riding.
Oh my God!
Whipping
Yeah,
ropes.
yeah. Whipping ropes.
It's so heavy that when I stop and it leans over, and then
You're gonna wear knee braces, as if your knee gives out, you're gonna fall over.
I have to get behind it and like do that thing where I'm like squat lifting it from the back just to get it back.
Nobody helps you. They always make you do it yourself. I've had to do that before. Hold on, we got a caller.
All right.
Thank you for calling, sir. What's on your mind? Oh, did he hang up?
Sir. All right. So
you ruined the show. We were having so much fun. But yeah, would you guys ride up to the Harley dealership with me? We'll park our bikes. We'll watch the bikini contest. It's probably during halftime, I would imagine.
So let me get this straight.
It's got to be early in the day.
I'm on Boss Hoss. Ross is on some sort of Sportster. Maybe a Buell.
Ooh, I like a nice little Buell.
Oh my!
Little sporty
Do you
Buell.
look at my computer? Look at that. That's what you. Do you know what this thing is called? Do you know what it's called? It's called Chrome Coming. Dude, it's called Chrome Coming. Chrome Coming is badass. Ross,
That's hard to beat.
We're going to Chrome Coming. Will you be my date to Chrome Coming, sir?
Yes, I will.
Oh my God.
I hope we make the Chrome Coming court.
Yeah, that is Chrome Coming, dude. Tom, it's called Chrome Coming.
There's two puns in one. And then so I'm a Boss Hoss. Ross is on a Sportster Buell, and you on our electric 1950s Vespa.
I'm on the gayest ride. Yeah. I have the gayest ride.
Silent Vespa.
Yeah, silent but deadly.
Yeah.
Nobody can hear me
and
coming.
then we're flying down I-4.
Oh, yeah.
Because your Vespa will go under.
It's very fast. It's scary fast. So, they've been telling me it's underbraked. In fact, my mechanic that's working on it, helping me out, he's like, he's such a nice guy, and he's been in a really bad motorcycle accident. I won't go into particulars, but he's one of those guys, right?
Yeah.
And he will not. I was like, hey, I'll drive it from Longwood. He's like, no, you won't. And he's like, no, I'm going to trailer it over, and you're going to get used to it. And
Trailer?
Yeah, he's like, you're not doing that. And he's
No,
like, we're not. Because everything's new on it. The whole
Right.
suspension, everything is brand new. The wheels are bigger. I've never had 10 inches on it. I've only had 8 inches on it.
I want to see you go 90 down
Off the bridge.
with just sandals, shorts,
Tank top, backwards hat.
backwards hat.
I look like Mario.
I'm gonna Boss Hoss, full leathers, and then Ross street bike helmet.
This is from last year's Super Bowl bikini contest, Chrome Coming. This was the second annual. They said the Pro Bowl can eat their hearts out because the Super Bowl bikini contest stole the show and spotlight in Orlando, Florida. The NFL staged its biggest game, Super Bowl, whatever, and to celebrate, Orlando Harley-Davidson teamed up with Florida's finest bikini babes for an amazing bikini contest.
Is Florida's Finest Bikini Babes an organization or a group?
It's a charity that we're now shifting all of our proceeds.
FFBP, you know.
Yeah. We used to work with the Yellow Brick Road Foundation, but Tom lately has been considering other charities. He's been considering
Florida's finest bikini babes.
That is fantastic.
I'm going to have to talk to Mo about the Just Call Mo Comedy Jam. Maybe switching sponsorship. You know?
You never know.
The Yellow Brick Road's had it good for too long.
Yeah, share the love. Maybe we'll split some of the money. Can't say share the love. That's Subaru.
Who's hosting this?
Right off the dome, I want to say Super Dave.
Yeah. He does a better
I don't
job than
see
us.
anybody hosting it.
It probably literally is just some guy off the sales floor.
You know what? These are all ringers. I'm looking at the comments. They're all ringers. One of them was Amber Nova, who wrestled at our 9th year anniversary and is on the Monsters all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's very beautiful.
She's part of the FFBB?
Yeah, I think she's part of the FFBB.
All right.
Yeah. Florida's finest bikini babes.
Because I assumed this would be like, my mom and other biker wives, up there on the stage prancing around in their bikinis, but they brought ringers in for real.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you guys, maybe we've moved on from that, but there used to be a time when you would have a bunch of ringers on there, and we've seen this before in our own bikini contest, in our own contest across the 20 years. I'll just say blanket 20 years of Tom and Dan.
Venezuelan Leo's sister.
Yeah, we were having a sexy bull riding contest. We had girls that were 13s, 14s out of 10. I mean, just beautiful women, athletes. And then we had a bigger and spicier woman get on there and aired it out, and she was like, $2 bills. And she won the whole damn prize.
The audience likes the ringer.
Yeah,
the opposite of the... If they know it's FFBBs up there and then one rando, they'll go for the rando.
Oh, rando or over FFBB all day long.
Especially our listeners who like comedy. Maybe the random Daytona Beach Bike Week crowd may not fall for that, but... our listeners.
But you know what our listeners don't think about? They don't think about you and I behind the stage having to explain to all of these girls who are now cursing at us. Because they'll just start cursing at you because they know you're joking. Right? They know that it's a joke. They know the whole thing is stupid, and they know that what's happening is not reality.
Mad. They're
right?
mad.
And they're mad as hell. Didn't we have one storm off?
Yeah, she stormed off.
I don't know if I've even ever told you guys this one. The one event where we had lady bull riding.
Yeah.
And me and a celebrity guest judge judging.
Busey was
it was about Busey. Let's just say.
Yeah.
So like in our little, we had like
COVID fest.
It was like 5 minutes into COVID, and I'm sharing a mic with Mike Busey. Yeah, that's exactly right. And so we did a little pre-meeting. And it was just me and him and judging, and I think we were just doing like little 10 cards or whatever. Lady gets up, ride the bull, we hold up a card, says the number, whatever. And so I said to Mike, I was like, hey, listen, you're obviously the big draw. You're the celebrity here. Like, I'll go every round, I'll go first, and I'll just give everybody like a 1, 2, or 3 and just crap on them, right?
Yeah.
And then you can step up and you can be like, hey, no, you were good, and give them like whatever, and you can kind of pick the winner. I don't care, like
you're setting him up for him to be the hero, and you're the heel. And
I'm playing the heel.
Isn't this good cop, bad cop? So to speak.
So like, and
you're
so
gonna put him over though. Yeah.
Yes, let him here. I will be the heel, and then in my reflected like unlight, you will be even greater and shine more. And and I didn't realize until like literally the final couple rounds that he was using that opportunity to make it so his girlfriend and his girlfriend's girlfriend won every prize.
Confirmed by the chat room. The chat room was there. Yeah,
it literally like as they were winning, I was like, oh wait, he just gave a giant TV to his girlfriend's girlfriend and a big wad of cash to his girlfriend, who both rode here on the bus with him.
Well, I mean, in all seriousness, Ross.
At that point, I'm just trying to get as drunk as possible to forget that we're killing people.
Also, during COVID, we didn't know how it was going to shake out. I don't really fault him for every man for himself.
At that point?
You know what I mean? Yeah, sure. Because it was the very beginning, and I feel like this is no different than stealing food. Like, you may have needed a TV. Who knows?
So, Ross, I saw that you went down to see The Weeknd down at Hard Rock Stadium.
I spent 18 hours in Miami this weekend, yeah.
Okay, so tell us about it.
So The Weeknd was playing. I bought tickets, I don't know, like 6-8 months ago or something, whenever they announced them. And right when I did that, I was like, hey, I wonder how much it would cost to take Brightline down there.
Yeah.
And so, which is, if you're listening out of the area, it's a train that goes from our Orlando airport down to Miami, basically, right now. Blows through Fort Lauderdale and a couple other towns on the way. And so, train ticket was like $100 for both ways.
Wow, that's affordable. Also, the train names are too nice now. I mean, I wish you were like, I had to take the old 74. Down to the 810 or you know what I mean, like the Brightline. It's so nice, like I feel the 810 to Yuma, right? Like what? Take the number. I gotta take the 1740.
Dude, how cool would it be to take the city of New Orleans from here to Miami?
Yeah, I like that.
So got the Brightline ticket, and but the only drawback was that like the concert was going to end. So like you figure. Like door time's 5:30. Show's supposed to start at 7. They always start 2 hours late.
Yeah,
Weekend's going to go on at 9. Play for 2 hours at least, right? And unfortunately, the last train out of Miami is at 11. So I'm gonna miss the last train out. There's no watching the whole show and then getting from the stadium back to the train station in time. So I'm staring. I got a $100 train ticket, which is like beating gas and parking and driving there like all day long. But I have to spend all night in Miami until like 6 the next morning.
Yeah, that was a rough. That's a rough plan, Ross. Because I got to tell you, like I would
Ross
be sitting.
is tough. He's a tough guy.
I know, but I would be sitting at the concert, and then I'd see a little bit of the show and like a little bit of who I wanted to see, and then I'm staring down at an entire night till 6 in the morning, and I'm like, I got the gist, and you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think I'm staying till the end.
I'm not doing that anymore. After what happened at Casey Musgraves, after I am going to the end of all concerts from now until I stop watching concerts. I have to.
And any hotel room down there is $500. So
exactly,
that,
yeah. There's no staying in a hotel for like 3 hours and then going to the train station for $500. And so and it doesn't help that like 5 minutes before the weekend to the stage, my wife texted me, "Hey, train ticket at 11 is only $50 if you want to come back." It's not going to work, babe. So you talk about planning. I didn't plan any of this. It's funny, Dan. I was thinking about Andrea the whole time because I literally like my train out of Orlando is at noon on Friday for like the Friday night show.
Okay.
And I was packing my fanny pack at 10 in the morning.
Yeah. She would have been packed for days.
I got it down to a fanny pack. All I had with me was a fanny pack with a book, a couple of drugs. My wallet, phone, chargers, and stuff. That's it.
Yeah.
And so
I knew what was inside. I did the math.
You would have missed book. You'd be like, that thing.
I was like, book.
The thing he carries. I don't know.
You could have fit more drugs in there without that book.
Yeah, the ruined pad of paper.
And so when I booked the train, I wasn't really paying attention to, like, I booked for Miami station, and it turns out the Aventura station is way closer to the stadium.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I booked.
The Hard Rock, everybody thinks it is in Broward. It's like calling Daytona, or I would say more like DeLand, Miami, or Orlando. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's that much more north than Miami.
How many miles?
It is like from Orlando to DeLand.
It is about 15-20 miles. Yeah.
So it's like saying
20-some.
Like DeLand's Orlando.
Yeah. But here's the difference between here and Miami, like that, because you can see it from the stadium. You can see the whole like cityscape. It is all giant buildings from what you're saying, from downtown Orlando to DeLand.
Yeah,
it's all giant buildings where they like here we have a lot of swamp in between.
There's a lake, a river.
But in Miami, when you can see the whole cityscape at once, it's pretty wild. And so I got there, and I was thinking the train station I was getting off at was about 10 miles from the stadium, and I had 4 hours to get there. So I was thinking I'd just walk a lot of it, like I'd just walk and maybe get some food and see some sights. And I got about a mile into the walk, and my shoes are melting. I've been attacked by iguanas like a dozen times.
Yeah, I saw your iguana photo. That was a big boy.
Everywhere. It's insane. And then
there is an
iguana. And you can just kill them, right? Like, can't you just whack them with a stick? Like that, people don't care.
Oh, there's tours now where you can have like high-powered, essentially pellet guns, but they look like AR-15 rifles, and then you just go down the canals of Miami and just shoot iguanas. And that's their tour.
I'm not too big on killing things, but they're invasive. Fun.
They're invasive.
Literal gangs of them everywhere. Oh, yeah. It's insane.
You'll never get rid of them. There's no way. It would take some global.
Yeah, you would have to nuke the whole south of Florida.
And they just get frozen and come back to life. So it's like, and it's never getting that cold again.
Can you freeze them to the point where they'd shatter and still come back to life? That would be awesome. I used
like
to do
the Terminator,
like gummy bears. Every kid's done that.
So they look like floor-based creatures. They're like very much like on the ground-ish.
Yeah.
But then you walk towards them, they will run right up a palm tree like they have no gravity involved. It's wild.
Yeah. You've seen the red ones, the ones.
Oh, they're
good
luck
head?
if you found the red one.
There's a new one that has like a red head, like the back of its head, and that's the new invasive iguana. That's like
the redhead iguana.
Yeah, it's taking over everything. I saw him when I was down there in Miami.
Is this the equivalent of the peacock bass? iguanas?
Yeah. But there used to be the standard green long iguana that everybody
redhead iguana.
Yeah, and then now there's this redhead one that's smaller, but I guess it's even worse.
This is also kind of out of just a vignette, but I walked past an office building, a regular office building, 3-story office building, car parked next to it. Like, it's like a medical transcriptionist. There's like some doctor in there, but like one whole quarter of the front of it was a quote unquote macaw sanctuary, and they were screaming like they were being murdered over and over and over again.
That's their normal scream, right? I don't think that's bad. I think that's just them being them.
But this is like a quarter acre, like 3 stories high, just chock full of macaws, and there's like business happening next. I couldn't believe it. Like I'm trying to imagine like being at my desk tippy typing and just right out the window.
The allure of a parrot or bird
sounds good on paper,
but even on paper, what are you getting from?
They're pretty.
They're just staring at it. All right. Yeah, it's the scream of the parrot.
You don't think it's companionship at all? Because when I see bird people, they talk to their birds.
Yeah.
And I'm not villainizing bird people, even though I hate birds and I would never have one. If it makes you happy, I will make fun of you.
Yeah, but just get a cat.
I talk to my dog, and she doesn't scream all the time.
Yeah. Like, you can make an argument. A cat dog is better than the bird.
I think you think the bird... Okay, there's got to be something...
It can talk, but
there's got to be a part of you that thinks, like, I have a bird, I'm better than other people, right?
It is nice petting their little heads. Petting a little bird head, there's something to that.
I've never had the opportunity to do that because every bird I've come in contact with, people tell me, don't move. Is that bad? Like, no,
well,
not just you.
No,
I don't want
to cage too long, and then it'll get bite crazy.
That's not fair to Crystal. Not just interactions with the Vans. I'm talking every bird. The Cunninghams. That's another family in DeLand that I grew up with. The bird would fly over. It was a little green cockatoo, and when it lands on your shoulder, everybody's like, freeze! And you're like, okay. And then they're like, don't move. And then the mom would come over, and she was obese, so it'd take her a minute. And I hope he doesn't listen to that because they're still there. And she would waddle over Gilbert Grape style, like waddle, and I'm just frozen in there because it was always out on the patio.
Yeah.
Because you leave the bird out in the swamp Florida patio, and then she'd come over, come here, oh my God, my little baby, come here, all right, come here, and then it would start tonguing her. It'd open its mouth and put its little gray tongue out, and it would be licking her, but it fucking hated me.
Jet black devil tongue.
So I adjusted plans at this point, and I call an Uber, and I want a little something to eat. So I'm like, but I don't want to like, I'm gonna. There's no friendly toilet for 100 miles, and I'm here until the next morning. So I took an Uber to the closest Wendy's to the stadium. Figured like a Dave single, some fries. Can sit on that until the next morning, no problem.
You're trying to go for the
tried and true,
the most American, classic American.
Yeah.
Just something tried and true that I can put in my belly. And
my dad is in heaven right now, going, "That's a goddamn good order, Ross." Because my dad loved a Dave single. Yeah. Dave single, no cheese.
I think Ross
large fries.
Ross isn't concerned about anything. He's like, "What's the least sketchy place around here? The closest fast food restaurant to an NFL stadium." That won't be rough.
So at this point, I eat my single, and I'm still thinking that Miami is at all walkable. I'm about half a mile from the stadium, right? And Google says just walk this way, you'll be right there, no problem. And I start to walk that way, and I encounter an intersection that is somehow canals on all 4 sides. There's no pedestrian avenue at all. Like the best case scenario, I get up on a guardrail and walk it between a canal and active traffic to where I need to go. That is the only possible.
They didn't make any walkways out of the stadium towards Miami. They're like, no one's walking.
You drive in, you drive out.
This is not the Orlando City Stadium. You're walking from Church Street.
I walk around for like 30 minutes, and this intersection is literally impassable by foot. I would have to climb at least one barbed wire fence into a traffic lane and then run across 3 lanes of traffic to do this at all. It's crazy. So I go back to Wendy's. I call another Uber. And this time I just need the Uber to take me through the intersection, basically. You drop me off on the other side of the intersection. I'm fine. I can see the stadium. I can see it. It's right there. I can see it. It's giant.
This is so frustrating.
So the Uber comes. I get in. he gets me to that intersection, and it takes us like 15 minutes to get through that intersection. So like, maybe I had a couple Jack Daniels on the train. I'm like a little bit distracted. I get on my phone, and the next time I look up, I am 5 miles away from the Hard Rock Stadium. Just away. I went 4.5 miles in the wrong direction, right? And the guy, and I just start to, and the whole time I'm like looking at my phone, and like we are going towards a spot that says Hard Rock Stadium, but I didn't really notice that it was 5 miles away from the actual Hard Rock Stadium.
Okay, all right.
So like, we get to this spot, and then he pulls into the middle of the road. He pulls into the turning lane of the road and stops. And there's a guy there with a golf cart, and he points at him and he goes, "He'll get you there." And I'm like, "What? Sir, I contracted you to take me to the Hard Rock Stadium, which was half a mile from where we started, and now I'm 5 miles away. You can't possibly be dropping me off, right?" And he's like, "Yeah. You get now in that golf cart, and that guy will take you to the Hard Rock Stadium." And I'm like, "Oh, and he does that for free?" No, that is an additional charge.
Okay, so he was basically setting you up because his buddy had.
He kidnapped me. He kidnapped me and took me 5 miles away. And at this point, like, I know Miami is unwalkable. There are also chickens in the street, which I take as a bad sign to get out and like walk around in Miami.
Well, it's not in Minecraft. It's actually a good thing. That's such a nerd dad joke.
So I kind of go into confrontation mode first. Like I put the confrontation clutch in, but I don't shift into gears, and I realize like I'm in the middle of Miami. I have no recourse. Like, what I'm going to call another Uber? He's going to take me further away.
I hope the guy in the golf cart takes you to a guy with a scooter. Then he's like, and he'll get you there.
He'll take you to the boat. It's a roundabout route.
So I just go, okay, what does he need me to do? Where do I go? Do I go get in that golf cart? What do I do? And so, like, a long conversation in Spanish that I can't follow at all ensues. And it seems like they're working out terms.
Wait, he only spoke Spanish? That's weird.
Yeah, I've never
not
heard
the Miami
that,
I know.
It seems like they're working out terms for this gentleman to take me to the stadium. And then while that's happening, another golf cart pulls up with like 4 people on it, but 2 open seats. And they go like, "Hey, we got room for 1." And so I just get out and jump on that golf cart and go.
Okay,
right?
All right.
Because like
because you heard English, right?
It's nothing but golf carts. Like, there's no other option. They're everywhere, and they're all obviously.
So it was what people were doing.
I think, like, I got kidnapped. I got kidnapped for sure because he took me 5 miles out of my way. But I think certain people will like park in parkable areas and then Uber to this spot and then take the golf carts in, and it may be the best bet for them.
You know what? They probably have a system that no Uber drivers can get close to the stadium because, and then the cops outlawed that because I know for a lot of different
because they'll just park and sit,
and they'll clog up the flow of traffic.
It's like Uber Eats is having that now too.
Yeah.
Like, you're starting to see places that do a lot of Uber Eats, like bigger restaurants, are like they're like, you can't do that. You're taking up all our parking. So like our patrons that want to eat inside don't have any place to park.
No, they had a whole Uber corral. This is a scam.
Okay. Because I was about to say, then, like, I know in St. Augustine there was a specific Uber lane for just drop off and pick up because the city wants Uber drivers instead of drunk drivers. So it's like they cater to it.
But I could see like certain, if you live in Miami and you want to park close but not that close, and I could see this being a system that works. But for me, it was an extra $20, and they took me to a point that was exactly as far away from where I needed to be as the stadium. It just didn't have an impassable intersection between it. You know? So the golf cart took me to like somewhere that was still a mile away from how to get into the stadium, but it was walkable.
And you're always at the wrong entrance. Like, I've noticed that anytime I enter a stadium, I'm a 180 from where I should be.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'll defend the scammers for a second. Okay, so I'm trying to feed my family, Ross. So listen, I'm in Miami, and I may not want to scam the locals because I have some morality, and I'm like, I don't want to scam any locals. But then I see you walking dressed like Napoleon Dynamite
with my Mickey Mouse fanny pack.
Yeah.
Obviously,
weekend, were you all weekend up? Yeah. Okay, he's all weekend up. I know he has to. By the way, you've given me the greatest clue. You have to get to the show. You're a super fan. You're from weekend head to toe.
Yeah. So, and then at a weekend concert, and then I see you walking, and you're like, well, I need to feed my family. I have
No Spanish. Oh, no Spanish.
I have to
Number
get that
one.
extra $20. I'm going to take advantage of this guy. No harm, no foul.
Golf cart guy, I have no problem with. That's an ecosystem that like has evolved and it works. Whatever. The only problem I have with is the Uber guy who took me. Again, he took me so close to the stadium. He took me like within a quarter mile of the stadium. Where he turned and started to go away, I could have got out there and walked even easier than taking the golf cart.
yeah. But the golf cart guy
took me 5 miles away.
Gives me a $10 kickback for every person I drop off. You see what I'm saying? I have to feed my family, Ross.
Yeah.
And you're obviously a tourist from somewhere far away.
And by the way, this golf cart was like on surface streets, going 60 miles an hour, no seatbelts, no sides or windows or anything. Honda Civic's like right there in traffic with us. And,
that's the new thing, man.
Dude, it was so fast. And then right before they get to the stadium, they must have this little thing where they worked out with a business that they can pull into their parking lot and drive like across the frontage where they would have run into traffic and kind of stopped. But like you pull up and you pull into this gated complex basically. And I was like, oh, here's where I get murdered.
Yeah. They take you through, fleece you, and then dump the body out the other side. Yeah. It's like a murder factory.
Because I text the guy in the golf cart, I'm like, hey, murder this guy and steal his fanny pack of drugs.
Fanny pack. There's drugs in there. Throw the book away.
Like, I know, I saw him do drugs in my Uber.
He smells like drugs. Take his drugs, throw his book away.
Yeah. Put him in the canal.
So I get there, concert's awesome, and then, it's over at like 11.
Any surprises 20. In the concert?
Yeah, Playboy Cardi opened.
Nice.
And then came out, did a couple songs with The Weeknd, and then right after that, he did a Future cover and brought out Future.
That's huge.
Yeah, stadium went crazy. It was awesome. And dude, The Weeknd's so good, and I'm excited to see him in Orlando now because I've seen him in Tampa and Miami, and he just shows so much love to the city he's in. Like while he's there, I can't wait for him to do it to Orlando.
When is the Orlando show?
24th.
Okay, where's he at now?
He just did a night in Miami, and then I'm not sure about the tour between here and there in Orlando.
Interesting.
It's weird because these tours are so big that they'll jump and they'll be like, I'm in Milwaukee, and then I'm in Orlando, and you're like, what?
They pick up dates too.
And
that's what happened here because the Orlando date was one of the original of the tour, and then it just all sold out so quick. They added a bunch of cities, a bunch of dates. Miami got added second, and then added a second night.
And then you're like, wait a minute, you have to drive the semi trucks all the way to Milwaukee, then back down to Florida. Like that's costing you tens of thousands. And you're like, we're making $100 million. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're like that's all just a small.
Actually, they're probably making enough on the show to justify it like so many times.
Yeah.
That night, actually, it was announced that I forget the exact records, but he had like the largest grossing tour since like Whitney Houston or something.
Yeah.
And then also it was like the largest grossing tour this summer. Wow. With like dates still on the horizon.
Those when you fill an entire football stadium,
right.
And then the field too. Like people are like,
Absolutely.
How many does it sit? Like no, and I know sometimes they push it up against the corner and they block off some seats. But some artists like
the back half of the stadium was like because that's where the main stage was. That wasn't open.
Is it still like traditional style back of the stage? Because now they're making it in the round. Some concerts are in the round.
This one was like there's a big stage at one end, and then there's a big long walkway to the other end with like a minor stage, and then there's a little cross shape of it too, so he could work all quadrants of the stadium.
And then it's like the cheapest ticket in the worst seats are $250 a piece, and then it's how much are the tickets close? Like $1,000. It generates so much money, and then merch, and then concessions, and whatever the deal they have with
Uber scams.
So just so
Golf
much.
Cart Man,
and local Wendy's cashing it.
And you're doing this
single
week after week. It is when I said $100 million, I first thought I probably yelled out too much, but I'm like over the total world tour of a year, it
might be more
so
than
much
that.
money.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As he said in a song last, $250 million in an off year.
Yeah. It's a lot of money involved in this. It's crazy.
So the concert was awesome. I kind of like. Everything went so haywire, and I was so unprepared for like the heat and the lizards and the not being able to walk of it all. Like when I sat down and like in my seat with a couple drinks or whatever, I kind of was like, was this worth it? Like, was this really worth it? But then the concert was so good immediately. Like the Weeknd started singing, I was like, yeah, this was worth it. And it was so good.
And so you just stayed up all night long till 6 a.m?
So my plan was, again, nothing's going to plan, right? So I was like thinking Hard Rock Stadium, Hard Rock Casino. Why not like buzz over to the Hard Rock Casino and just it's open all night? Why not, and spending $500 on a hotel room? Go gamble $500 all night.
I love that your addiction is eroding your sleep. I love that.
Just in this particular occasion, and sometimes when I go and gamble at the Orange City Poker Room until 4 a.m. Just on those particular occasions, that's very few. So, but then it turns out while I was being kidnapped, I ended up looking at the map a little closer, and there is a casino right there. Like it's basically in the parking lot of the Hard Rock Stadium. And,
really?
And it was the first and only thing in Miami I found that I could walk to.
I did not know that they had a...
I didn't know that either.
It's like this big. It's the size...
Is it a Hard Rock sponsored thing or no?
It's called Calder Casino. It's about the size of 3/4 of a Dave & Buster's. It's not quite as big as the Dave & Buster's. And it's all slots. I knew I was at home when I walked in, and they had advertised paper, rock, scissors for money, and also never seen it in a casino before, but it immediately warmed my heart and made me feel like I was at home. A Coinstar machine.
I wonder if this is one of those weird casinos where they skirt the law.
Here's Calder Casino
by making the slots like pay out in a certain way where it's not 100% gambling. Because it was my understanding the only like legal gambling could happen on like Native American
tribal
proper
land or whatever. Yeah. I don't know if the Calder is a tribe or what, but this is a full service casino. They had not
table
like
games.
They did have some table games. They didn't have like craps. They had bubble craps. Have you seen that?
No.
It's like electric craps, and you play like a little electric board, and there's like a little air tube, and it bounces like Yahtzee style, 2 giant foam dice for you, and you play craps like that.
Do you actually exchange money?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It says spin and win 1,100 of the latest, greatest slot machines, including all-time favorite. They do have a card room.
Paper, rock, scissors for money.
Yeah, live table game action. Be sure to check out our table games at the card room. We're dealing live card games. Ultimate Texas Hold'em, 3-card poker.
Yeah.
Are paper, rock, scissors, are you playing a dealer?
I think you are.
Human?
It was, again, I got there at from midnight. I was there from midnight to 4 in the morning. So not everything was all fully operational. But I assumed, because I looked at it a long time trying to figure it out. I assume there's a 3-button scenario.
Here it is. It's right here. Paper, rock, scissors. Win up to $1,000. 2 players will be selected every 30 minutes.
Okay, so that's one of their promotional things.
Thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I went with Craig for the fireworks trip, him and another guy played War for $600 as a promotional thing. But yeah, so the Coinstar machine was the cincher. I was like, yeah, this is my home for the next 5 hours. And they had stuff they had these machines. Dan, I feel like you would love this. They had these machines where it's the old gauntlet machine where there's a big...
Wizard needs food.
So there's a big gauntlet...
that game?
There's a big gauntlet style front portion of it, and then a big screen in the back where a bikini lady on video deals you blackjack.
Yeah. I'm all about digital bikini ladies, man. The horniest games get me. I'm such a mark for the casino. All of them. Anything pop culture, too. I walk to the casino, they got a Dog the Bounty Hunter slot machine. I'm there.
Oh, yeah. They had...
So who are the other patrons at 3 in the morning in the casino next to the Hard Rock Stadium?
There were a few people also walking around with the weekend merch bags. So a couple stragglers from the stadium, and then
that would make sense, right? You guys like the same band. You're there to gamble.
Old dudes playing video poker. There was a lot of old dudes playing video poker.
Okay.
And again, this is very off time. And then just most people are playing slots. Most people that are just messing around on the slot machines.
What's the loophole? How are they able to do this?
I have no idea.
I figured Miami is just a different country at this point, right? That's kind of what I decided.
That's what Tom says all the time.
Again, it's a little more Fort Lauderdale, Broward area, but it's still, there are, I'm telling you, there's technicalities with how games are set up, and then
I'm telling you, this was just a casino because they had slots ahoy, they had all these dumb little machines, and then they had a card room, and then just like Orange City, they had a number of tables for 3-card poker, the ultimate poker that I like. and like all that stuff. DJ's Wild, all that stuff.
Well, so maybe like a
too,
card room type of deal where it's like because those card rooms are not like Native American, right?
No, but they also don't have 100 slot machines out front either. So like, there is a difference.
Yeah. There's some difference between like card room rules and and then actually like Hard Rock Casino. Like the only casinos I know of are down there in Fort Lauderdale and Tampa, the two casinos.
And you obviously know the area better than I do, but like just looking at the map, there was tons of little casinos about. Like, I don't know if they all have that situation or what, but this one had like video blackjack, they had slots and cards and everything.
Yeah. So it must be operating some other laws because there's Big Kasuki down in Miami
in 2010. It's been open for a minute.
And so there's a Reddit r/gambling. And 99% of it is guys coming in and being like, hey, I won a bunch of money on this online casino, but they need me to put my bank information to collect. Is that legit? And it's not. Never is. And then every once in a while, there'll be like a thread about like what slots are good and, what to, stuff like that. And so there's a machine that always comes up called Huff and Even More Puff. Slot machine that comes up on that Reddit quite frequently, and people like either hate it or love it. And so they had that there at the casino, and I had plenty of time to kill. So I threw a hundo into Huff and Even More Puff, and this machine just kept turning $100 bills into $200 for me. Like, it just would not stop making me money. It was crazy. I kept making money, and finally I went and lost a bunch of money at poker, came back, won some more money at this dumb slot machine.
You sit there and you puff it out. You puff it till you can't puff anymore, man.
But I like playing poker, so I went and did that. But I'm not good at it, so I lost
money. He has no allegiance to anybody.
And then
we need to turn this place into a casino.
I've been wanting to do that.
That's where the money's at.
Do you know Osceola Sheriff Ivan Lopez? He's in jail right now for doing that.
Yeah,
but he got to do it for a little while.
And
he made millions with his wife. He made millions with his wife. I think she was the one.
That's a wild story.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I only need like 700,000. That'll be good.
Let's
and
do
I'll get out.
You want to do exactly the same thing? Let's do it.
Yeah, and then we'll give them boiled peanuts while they're here.
Yeah. Complimentary on the house.
By the way, if anybody wants to swing by any BDM or purchase boiled peanuts, cash only.
Yeah, I got a whole name for it and everything. Yeah, no, don't give out the address.
Email us, we'll tell you the address.
If you know, you know.
Tom and Dan, Boiled Peanuts Casino, greasiest slots in town.
Yeah, salty winnings. There you go.
You win a red hot boiled peanuts.
They just fall out of the machine.
The boiling water. All right, Ross, are you going to be anywhere? Just call Mo.
Yeah, the Comedy Jam at the, not the Improv, what do they call it now, Dan? The Funny Bone.
The Funny Bone.
On the 2nd of October. The show will be 8 p.m. Madison Bakish, Ricky Reyes, and Sean Finnerty.
There you go.
Go to justcallmo.com and get your tickets before it sells out. And we are going to switch over to the BDM show today, so we'll see you over there, and we'll see you next with more Corporate Time. Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Come hang out, watch the show, participate in the chat room, meet some very nice people. Some of the people in the chat room have been swinging by the studio to pick up some of those Gnome and Daughter nuts that are currently for free out of our refrigerator. So come and get them.
We've had more people in and out of here than we've ever had in Tom and Dan. Maybe Fringe Week, but even... there's been
a lot of smiling
different
faces.
People that come through here.
And they're all happy. Like, I got to see my mom's doctor, Dr. Carolyn.
Yeah.
She's lovely woman.
Nice.
Oh, she's the best. But anyway, let's jump to it. Anything else to plug before we jump into our guest here?
We have new straw hats and sun shirts at tomandan.com. They're really high quality, made by Hidden Skins, our local merch company that we've been using. And Danger Brain designed them. Yeah. And we sent one over to Mike from Mike's Weather Page, and he was wearing it yesterday.
It made me very uncomfortable. He wore it the entire interview.
Yeah, it's a nice looking hat.
It is a nice hat.
And great for the beach or pool, and it's hot outside. So get yourself a straw hat at tomandan.com. You want to do some weird job?
It is weird job time. You kind of tipped me off that maybe this particular gentleman that we're talking to has a little something to do with food trucks. So I wrote a food truck song. It's rap because I don't do a lot of rap. Let's go.
Do you like standing in lines? Do you like standing while you eat? Do you like listening to generators? Poof diesel fumes into the street. It's like a restaurant but worse. Food trucks. I bought my sandwich from a hearse. Food trucks. Yo, I'll be standing in the sun, waiting for this food truck food to be done. Food trucks. It's like a restaurant but worse. Food trucks. I bought my sandwich from a hearse. Food trucks. Yo, I'll be standing in the sun, waiting for this food truck food to be done.
There you go. There's a little food trucks. There's little food trucks. NYC hardcore rap.
It's kind of disrespectful to our weird job guest.
That's DJ Ironing Board on the 1 and 2s. Because when you're at a food truck, you're always eating off of an ironing board, dog.
They make folding tables.
No, but the ironing boards are far more kitschy.
Adam's on the line. How you doing, Adam?
Pretty good, guys. How you doing?
Sorry,
Good.
Adam. I'm sorry.
Hey, good. That food truck song was perfect because down here in Key West, that's literally what people do is just sit in the hot sun. And I don't know why they eat barbecue, but that's what they choose to do sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, you got to do it. That's the whole point of a food truck is you're eating outside.
So, Adam, what is your weird job?
Okay, so my weird job is I live down here in Key West, Florida. I play for a band called the Dirtbags 4 nights a week, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And from what I understand, we're one of the only house bands that still exists like in the world that plays the same venue pretty much all weekend. We always call it we're on tour in the same room because the amount of tourism that comes through Key West is just it's crazy.
So is it like having a residency in Vegas?
It's exactly what it's like.
So how long have you been playing at and what's the name of the bar?
The bar is called Dirty Harry's. It's at the Rick's Complex, which is right across the street from Sloppy Joe's and Irish Kevin's.
Oh, you're in the heart of it, dude. Like you're in you're in the epicenter for sure of anybody that's been there. If you've, and you and I know our way around there pretty good. You are in the dead center,
main party street.
Yeah, that's got to I mean, the amount of stuff that you've seen over the years of being there has to be just endless stories, right?
Yeah, I was actually putting together a couple like notes for this interview, and it was amazing to me how much stuff I'd forgotten of just all the because I've been there for 8 years permanently now, and yeah, just the things I've seen done. It's crazy. This is going to be fun.
Well, I mean, like a house band. Like I will tell you that looking at and does your bar have are you open to the street where people can kind of see you guys playing from inside?
Yeah.
See, that's like a dream of mine. Like he's doing like playing drums in a beach band on the side of Key West where you're open to the street and people are walking by and they might hear your song and start dancing or something. That is on a bucket list of mine, 100%. That is really cool, dude. And you've done it for 8 years. And what do you play?
Yeah, I play. Let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I play guitar and bass. Me and the other lead singer. So we play from 4 to 6 hours each night without breaks. Because the tourism is so crazy that they don't want bands to take breaks because I mean even guys at Irish Kevin's can't get off stage and take a piss because they're worried about people leaving because of downtime.
Wow,
4 to 6 hours straight.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and then on Sunday we'll have a short show that's 3.5 hours, and I play drums on those Sundays because I'm pretty much like a Swiss Army knife of the band.
Sure,
like wherever I'm needed, whatever someone else can't do, they just kind of put me in that other position to fill the spot.
That's cool, man.
Now,
I mean, lucky you for, obviously being a music aficionado and being in love with it and learning all the instruments. I mean, there is some value to that, when you're growing up.
Yeah, it's great, but you can ask my girlfriend as to knowing when she has to have a drum set in the house, a bass rig, all these guitars. It's like every single, she's like, why do you have to be the entire band?
Yeah, now, that's a musician's life, I guess.
Before Daniel thinks I'm crazy because he wrote a song about food trucks, and I said, I think this guy he owns a food truck and he is a musician. So you do own a food truck, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the other part that I hadn't got to yet. And on Thursdays and Sundays, I run markets with my barbecue truck. Wow. It's called Mac Dubecue. And just the combination of having to, of the long nights, because we'll play anywhere from, like Saturday night, we'll do from 9 to 3 in the morning.
Jesus.
And then I have to, with barbecue food, there's all the prep. There's the getting up early and stuff. And a lot of times I'll have stuff have cooked the night before that's on like an industrial warmer that's, waiting to get served. So it's constantly from October to April, my life is crazy with little hours of sleep.
Wow, man, that's a lot of work.
Now, before we go into the stories of Key West, what is is right now the downtime of Key West, like in August, or is the summer always packed, or like people come for the winter to get out of the, snowbird type of deal?
Yeah. Well, it's the winter time is a real busy time right now because it's 1,000,000 degrees out. Pretty much like you've mentioned before on shows, Tom, about it being Florida's winter. Because even because I've grown up in Cocoa Beach, Florida, my entire life, like that's where I'm originally from.
Nice.
And it was never this hot during the summertime. I can never remember a time when it was this hot. So yeah, I'm actually closed. My barbecue truck is closed right now because really we're only seeing decent business on the weekends, on Fridays and Saturdays. But from October to April, it's year round.
With the heat, because that's a popular thing to say, like, man, it's way hotter than it was when I grew up. And then you look at the numbers and it's like a half a degree average hotter, because it happens slow. You're like in the.
So you don't believe him, like your wife with the swaying building? Is that?
Yeah. No. I feel that way too, but I'm like, is that just a feeling? Because when we were like in our 20s, were we just younger and didn't care and tougher, and as far as like the elements go?
See, I still like it. I still would prefer to be boiling hot over being cold.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't seem like the numbers say that it's that much hotter than it feels.
I have my own theory. I don't like to project my theory on you or our guest, Adam, but I think that it is hotter because I'm fatter, and by being fatter, I'm hotter.
Well, you're fat and old.
Yeah.
That's why we're hot.
Yeah, that's why we're hot.
Anyway, so
and the drinking too, and you add alcoholism too on top of that.
Alcoholism.
Your body's just going to be hotter.
Yeah, wrecked body, fat. Sure.
So, Adam, let's talk about the stories you see. Is it? Tell us about it. I know I've been to Key West many times, and it's always a great time. It's always a party.
How about famous people? Do you get famous people that wander through your bar?
That was a topic that I wanted to bring up. Yeah, a lot of the time we do get famous people. Actually, we have a list right here, so I didn't forget. But I've seen Chuck Liddell, Dustin Poirier, Alex Earl, Braxton Berrios, Dale. I've drank with Dale Earnhardt Jr., Deborah Jo Rupp. Even David Gilmour, Kid Rock, Kenny Chesney, and most recently, the people who've been really into us, checking us out, is kind of like Sydney Sweeney's the big one that comes down a lot because she has a place down here. So you see her everywhere where she's got her little entourage running around.
Yeah.
And, Alex Earl's a big social media.
Sydney Sweeney's the most famous registered Republican in the world right now.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's a joke, but it's not. It's like,
who is that?
The girl with the big boobies that did the I Got Good Jeans denim ad that broke the internet 2 weeks ago that you didn't pay attention to because you don't watch any news? That girl? Yeah.
Sweeney.
Yeah.
Big Sweeney's.
She's got big Sweeney's.
Okay.
Oh, I'll tell you this. When a lot of celebrities come down and they're just in regular clothes and they're walking around, they don't, except for like Chuck Liddell and Dustin Poirier, because those dudes are like bigger and
big dudes.
jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they just look like normal people, especially guys like Kenny Chesney. Dale Earnhardt Jr. You see him and you're like, but you realize he's a tiny guy because he has to fit in, in and out of windows of cars.
Right. He's like he's like a small redhead man.
When you saw Chuck Liddell, was he blacked out drunk? Because I've seen him a lot on the social medias.
Oh, I like it.
And he's blacked out drunk on different yachts and falling into the water.
He seemed pretty inebriated when we saw him, but he didn't stay that long.
Like, he had a hard, giant Duke belly.
Yeah.
Like, he'd been just pounding drinks.
He's going to use the alcohol to push his abs back to the front.
He's still
so jacked.
Yeah, he's still jacked, but he's like a jacked alcoholic. And I'm like, I'm kind of sad for Chuck Liddell because I'm telling you, look up Chuck Liddell drunk on social
He's got like the fake Jake Paul, like, gut belly.
Yes.
That comes out, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. You know what I was going to ask you, because you're on the stage and you're commanding the presence and playing in a venue that I think is like, it's a fun place to play. Have you ever had any celebrities or people that want to like get on stage and jam?
Well, we've tried to get Kid Rock up with us a couple times, but he's always way too drunk.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and because what our thing that we play is that we try to call ourselves like the other band in Key West. We're not the band that's going to play trop rock and anything like that. Like we play pretty much only hard rock. Like if people come to our place for anything really from like Taylor Swift to Disturbed, to Slipknot, to classic rock, and so we don't actually end up playing a lot of like trop rock. But okay, another one that has came and wanted to play with us is John Daly and Peter Dante. And
Daly's a singer. He released an album this year, right?
Yeah, but his thing is he'll go to every bar and play "Knocking on Heaven's Door" like 5 times, and by the time like you hear your friends that he came in our place, I'm like, this guy doesn't have more than one song.
Well, that maybe he feels most comfortable.
He's probably trolling, too. He seems like Daly seems like
a little bit of a fat old troublemaker. Right?
Yeah. He's just effing around at all times.
And he's so drunk. It's like, and he sounds like shit when he's playing it, so excuse me.
No, you're fine. Yeah, don't worry about it.
How?
And it's another big one that we've had happen. We've had, and you guys know him as Chris Kirkpatrick and who was the other guy?
Fatone.
Yeah, and Fatone. Yeah, they came down to Key West, and we played...
Kirkpatrick and Fatone again. We meet again.
You know what's funny is that our buddy Eric Rodriguez, he was down in Key West recently, and he sent me a creeper video of Joey Fatone sitting on a second story. Is that your bar you work at 2 stories?
Yeah.
He may have been sitting at your bar.
It was at your bar.
And then Fatone, he's like, look at Fatone sitting up there.
Look at him up there. He thinks he's better than us.
and I'm like, yeah, he's just hanging out at Key West.
Leave him alone. He's just got done with his Epcot shows. If he wants to go to Key West and sing a little bit, relax a little bit.
So he'll get on stage and sing Bye, 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 and then I have a picture of us doing Pour Some Sugar on Me where we're singing in the same mic. And it was like right when I first joined the band, I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah. That's cool, though. It's cool.
Especially coming from Cocoa Beach where stuff like that doesn't happen there.
Yeah, for sure.
So where do you live in Key West? Because I've heard, that was part of the problem of Fair Villa, that for years they were telling me that their employees were getting priced out of living in Key West. So they'd have to live up in Alamorada or like way north and travel down because real estate was so expensive.
Okay, so ever since like the COVID, I call it like the COVID boom happened, where everything got super overpriced because we were the only place that was open, so everyone just came down here to party and buy houses and stuff. So it totally inflated the market to where if you wanted to live in Key West, you'd be paying like for a 3-bedroom place anywhere from like $4,500 to $5,000 a month.
Holy
to live.
Smokes.
And I actually live on Stock Island. So that's the island. That's the first island up from Key West. Kind of like I live in an industrial area. I can park my food truck out here. It's a lot. Nice. It has more open spaces. And I'm still paying in like the low 2,000s and I have a 2-bedroom place.
Wow, it's still expensive.
Yeah. So, and then the commute in, like, what is it, like just half an hour or something?
No, it's about 10 minutes, a good 10-minute drive. And it's pretty nice and chill, except if you get, pretty drunk and you have to try to make it back.
That's not bad. What's the whore, situation down there?
Come on.
They got ladies of the night?
Okay, no, I'll take this one. I'll take it because, hold on.
Is Peckers still around? Wasn't there a male Hooters called Peckers down there?
So, the last time Turkey Leg got married in Key West, right?
Classy boy. He's a classy man.
I don't know how long ago this was, but at least...
Do you do a beach wedding with tiny pants and no shoes?
15 years ago. No, it was at like in some courtyard, but it was kind of like...
Courtyard by Marriott. Take that, Turkey Leg.
And so when we were down there, before he got married, we did the standard bachelor party, and then we went to the strip clubs.
You went to a Key West strip club.
And I noticed that every girl
got an Adam's apple.
Like, what?
That's weird. Yeah, your bikini's lumpy.
Strong hands.
My God, you remind me of Concrete Mike.
So then I noticed all the girls were like Eastern Bloc, and I was like, this is weird. Like, why are they all?
You put $1 in G-string.
They're all like some sort of Ukrainian, Russian, like from that kind of like Czechoslovakian.
Like dancing to hip hop.
And then I'm like, dude, is there some sort of like
human trafficking?
Eastern
Bloc human trafficking.
What is that, Adam?
For some reason, there is a lot of Eastern Europeans down here. We work with them. No, we have.
You know what they call it? You know, my dad called it. He called it, instead of Key West, he called it Kyiv West, because Kyiv is the capital of the Ukraine.
I don't know why. It's a lot of Eastern European and
geography joke.
And Cubans. Those are the three. Because it's funny. Whenever tourists come down here, they'll call like people Mexicans, and I'm like, they're not Mexicans, guys. You couldn't be more like insensitive. We're closer to Cuba.
What, you have friends that come to Key West? Look at all these Mexicans. They're Ukrainians. My God.
They're white.
I don't know.
There's a ton of Eastern Europeans, and I mean, if you want to talk about the horror route, Dan. I mean,
yes.
Back in my single days. I mean, even and I see it now with. I mean, there's a lot of women down here, and I know have sugar daddies. Like, as me and my girlfriend, we met at Rick's and Dirty Harry's, and so she's got a bunch of other bartender friends and girls that have get their rent paid from other guys that, and sometimes these girls don't even necessarily have to sleep with them.
I want to be a Key West sugar daddy. Just start doling out money to some old.
You got to be rich.
I know.
I
got to keep working.
You know what? That's the awesome thing about being rich is that is always a possibility.
Yeah.
It's no matter how ugly you
there's
are.
There's always a 1% chance.
Yeah, more than that. I think if you are.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's always one. Well, always 1%. No matter at your worst, you can be covered head to toe in feces, but if you're a billionaire, there's always 1%.
Yeah, the people desperate. Yeah. Anyway, so Adam, let's talk about some of the other stories that you encountered. I know you said you jotted some down, right?
Yeah, another big one. So Nick Swardson lived down here for about a year and a half, and it was during the COVID era, and it was wild because we actually got I've had breakfast with him. He if I even saw him on the street, he would recognize me. It was so weird getting actually kind of being almost friends with a pretty famous dude, and it was kind of weird almost in a way because he was drinking himself to death at the time.
Yeah, he's sober now.
He talks about that.
Now.
Yeah, he's sober now, and he went into a little bit of that here. He talked about living in Key West, and he didn't talk about drinking himself to death, but obviously you were privy to it because you were around him at the time, and he's sober now, and he seems to be doing quite well.
Was he living in an Airbnb or a rented place or
No, he lived on a resort on the beach for a year and a half. The dude ran up over a tab, I think, of over $1 million. I've heard stories from the employees and the staff that were there, and it happened. The same thing with Peter Dante when he was down here. Those guys, when they get drunk, are absolute just animals to a point where even I'm a local, and I'm used to seeing some pretty drunk people, and even to a point where I'm like, oh my God, just doing crazy off the wall stuff. He was starting to get jaundice on his skin was turning yellow. Because I think his kidneys were starting to shut down because he was drinking so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
And it's who am I to tell someone to stop what they're doing? But I'm watching this, and it was almost sad at a certain point.
Yeah,
because alcoholism is so available down here. There was bars at a certain point that would open at midnight and stay open till 8 a.m. So you could literally drink for 24 hours in Key West if you knew the right places to go to.
I hear him tell stories about living in Key West and just drinking every single day, sun up to sundown, and staying in a resort, and that sounds awesome.
Yeah. At least for as long as he did it.
Yeah. It's as sad as it is.
Well, anything can be sad with the right frame of mind.
But he's out of it. So it was just who else would have that experience in life? For a year and a half, you just lived in a resort in the Keys. First, living in a resort sounds awesome too, because you just have a hotel, they clean the room, everything's room service and drinking.
Can I go a little further? I can confirm what you're saying, and all of us can, because we've all been to resorts, and being at a resort for 1 week is awesome. So being there a year and a half, still awesome, right? I think that's tested. I think we could say that is a tested, myth busted, right? Being in a resort for a full year. God. I'm not going to even jump into getting boring. That's a whole different animal, but it's still awesome.
So, is it basic? What's the ratio to tourists to local there? As far as is it mostly the islands filled with tourists? or like nowadays, like obviously you said in August it's Florida's winter, like there are a lot more locals, and you haven't hit the busy season yet, but normally it's just way more tourists than locals around.
Yeah, and so like during the day we have the cruise ships come in, and that's actually been a big argument with like the city and with dealing with like local environmental groups and stuff like that, because we'll have these giant cruise ships come in that'll like I guess they like drag on the bottom of like the floor when they come in. They bring up a bunch of sediment and stuff. So there was pretty much a big legislature to have. And I don't know why I'm tangenting on this, but it pretty much brings in a bunch of revenue for the city. But it was a huge argument with the environmental people because they wanted smaller cruise ships. But with these giant cruise ships, we need them during the day because of how slow our economy is during the summertime.
Yeah,
but during the weekends, it's like a Friday and Saturday. You're always going to have good tourism. But it's during the week that it's like, yeah, it's really mainly locals, and then you get the cruise ships that have been, it's good for the daytime crowd, which I don't even go after the daytime. So
yeah, gotcha.
So, Adam, what's bad about living in Key West? Because I've always fantasized every time I go there, I'm like, man, this is awesome. Live here because it's like turquoise blue waters. Everybody's a beach lifestyle. There's stuff going on at all times.
I thought you were going to add a yaman. If you'd have added a yaman on there, I would have
bumbleclaw.
Yeah, one small braid or red, yellow, green.
So tell us some bad things about living in Key West.
Yeah. See, I'm like you, Tom, to where no matter what, like it's like how great, and I love living in Key West. It's been a dream to move down here, but I can always find something bad that I hate about something that's going on. And Key West is no different. I can't stand the fact that like there's no like Olive Garden or Carrabba's or like normal. I know it sounds crazy or ridiculous, but me and my girlfriend literally drive 3 hours just to go to a Buffalo Wild Wings in Homestead and sit and drink draft beer and eat crap chicken
you
wings
don't want, because you're so done with Captain Frank's smoked fish dip. Yeah, you're so old. Yeah, sometimes you just want to go to an ale house and have a mid-level salad and 6 Bud Lights.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel you, dude.
Why isn't there any chain restaurants there?
Just like what you said before with housing, is that the thing that they're having a lot of issues down here. They're having workforce housing. Like with the area that I live in, Stock Island, I mean, there's families that they're 2-bedroom places. There's 6 people living in them, 6 to 8 people living. And, there are a lot of them are foreigners and, Haitians and stuff like that who, work at gas stations, McDonald's. And it's unfortunately Key West is what we're seeing is ever since that, me and my girlfriend have been here for, almost 10 plus years, is that this island is turning from what used to be like a small fishing town that had so much like energy and was so cool and spunky to this just corporate, everything's getting bought by giant, companies, and nothing's about it is like, and you still have some Key West local rich, they call them Bubbas, that will hang on to their places, and like the owner of Rick's and Dirty Harry's, he'll never sell his place. It's like over my dead body. Because Kid Rock actually came in to try to buy it. But he was like, there's no number that you can give me that I'll sell this, because I don't want to see the spirit of Key West die, because we're already seeing it dying all around us. It's like turning into like Marco Island, really.
I bet that made Kid Rock really mad. I bet he went back to his mansion and shot up some Bud Light.
But it's also like you're like, I'll never sell over my dead body. And the other person's like, I'll wait. Because eventually you'll sell, or your kids will.
Yeah, well, your kids will. I mean,
and that's the sad fact.
I sold my mom's home right over her dead body.
Yeah, the sad fact is that when he does die, it will get sold off to the highest bidder, which is going to be a giant corporation. So eventually, everything's going to be corporate,
Chinese
right?
businessman.
Right. So it's like, why shouldn't you just get that money while you're alive? But
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're living the life that you want to live already, then and most of the guys I feel like in Key West that live that lifestyle. As long as you can keep it up, like you don't want any more. You want the Key West lifestyle, and but then when that's done, it's inevitable that someone, a corporate's going to buy it.
Yeah, let's talk about nudity. Do you see a lot of nudity and fights? Those are two things. Do you see?
Okay, so I'm not sure if you've ever been down here during Fantasy Fest or know what that's like at all. But I think everyone should experience that, at least once in their life. Because I know Tom loves like voyeurism, or like that's not what it's called, where everyone's out with their out, and Tom fantasizes of having parties of people.
It's called hot wife lifestyle, sir. Get it right.
Yeah.
It's called hot wife lifestyle.
Voyeurism. I can't even say it. Voyeurism is some webcam. I'm watching co-eds and some. Apartment.
I'll watch it. I'll watch enough of it.
I'll watch anything.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
But, yeah,
I'll watch Sports Center.
You're talking more of a, the lifestyle. The
is it full bottoms, though? Is it the bottomless, too?
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Okay, so
they come in and they're just sitting they're just sitting and having a cheeseburger and they're walking around with a muff out?
Dan, my favorite thing is that they carry around an ass towel so they can sit down instead of just wearing shorts. I'm like, so you're walking around. I've even seen people Porky Pig in it where they're wearing a shirt and then no bottoms on.
Well, that's how I normally roll.
Carrying a towel to sit down on chairs. And I'm like, why don't you just wear shorts? Because it doubles as an ass towel and holding your dong in.
Imagine how free that's got to be when you go to the bathroom and you're a nudist and you got to go number 2 and you can just walk in and sit down.
Yeah.
You just walk right in and sit down. There's nothing to fall into the puddles on the ground. There's nothing. You just literally walk in and sit down. It's got to be so freeing.
It's weird having T-shirt and shoes on only.
It is. But I bet you're fast. I bet you feel fast. Whenever I just have shoes on, and it's not very often, I feel very quick on my feet.
So each day during Fantasy Fest, there's a different theme, and one of my favorite days is it's like the whips and chains, like the bondage. And there's nothing better than seeing people in their 60s and 70s years old walking around in bondage. With like my girlfriend, she'll do parties, and like they'll have straight up sex parties where they have to close They have to cover their acts at their entrance from the street because, my girlfriend has walked in and seen, a bunch of women trading off on, 4 dudes at this promotion she was doing one time. And she was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see people and she's like, it's disgusting. It's like my grandparents.
Yeah. They're older demographic.
I'm inching into that. I like young old, which makes me eventually think I'm going to be older.
Yeah. Well, what about old? So, Adam, has it? And by just your stories, I'm going to answer my own question. I don't think it has, but. It seemed like I used to go down there for the poker runs and the motorcycle party the weekend that they do.
Yeah, you and Turkey did that all the time.
And I remember the nudity and stuff. And now we're talking 20 years ago or 18 years ago. And I wonder, has it toned down at all because of the corporations? And I feel like 30 years ago it used to be real wild in the 90s and stuff, real open, but. Because of cell phones, social media and stuff, has that toned it down?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so back in the day at Rick's and Dirty Harry's, they used to do, and it was right in the years where I was kind of joining the band, they would have wet T-shirt contests. I have some stories from some wet T-shirt contests, man, that are pretty graphic. But just like old radio day stuff. But yeah, that's definitely toned down. There's no more wet T-shirt contests. There's no more water boy, sticking beads in, the of some contestant and pulling them out during, and then getting during.
Hold on. Adam, we're on the radio, God damn it. Why does it seem like you're trying to hold back and then you just say it? It's all right, he's gonna skirt it, he's gonna try to dance around it and go radio safe, and then you just say it. It's weird. It's like you're like, hey, how do I say this? And then you just say it.
It's the epitome if you wanted to kill yourself of you picking up a gun and you're like, what's this? Boom! What's this boom?
But still during Fantasy Fest, that stuff still goes on at some places. They don't like bikers really anymore. There was a huge thing.
What's wrong with biker? Hold on, I'm back into my biker phase.
They don't do the poker run
anymore? What's wrong with bikers?
They had it where they had all the bikes used to line up on Duval Street, and this was an episode out of South Park where one year the city was no more bikes on Duval Street, and every middle-aged dude with a bike who would come down here was just wow, I can't park my bike on Duval Street anymore. The uproar was hilarious, honestly.
That's what we like.
That's what you used to do. You used to go and park your bike on Duval Street. You were one of the fat bikers.
I'd back it in with my old lady in the back. And by the way, I had no helmet. I'm going down the 7 Mile Bridge drunk. And I was like, God damn, like that's the closest I've ever been to dying.
You're closing one eye.
Me and Turkey Leg I'm 90 down.
Yeah, just rocking it.
Yeah. I'm on a borrowed bike from Casino Motorsports. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
This bike's too big for me.
Chris was riding on the back. Oh, God. I hope my sons don't.
They will. Max will at least.
No, I don't think that.
Tommy,
I think those days are dead.
Maisie told me she wants to learn how to ride a motorcycle. I'm like, yes. Yes.
No. So, Adam, like, it seems like you've built yourself an awesome life where, like, you do a little food truck, you play on the weekends.
You got a girlfriend, she's doing well, you got a nice place. It sounds like a good life, man.
So, when did you start the food truck, and, like, what are the margins on a food truck as far as, like, let's just talk about, like, daily total revenue, because I've always wondered, like, how much are these food trucks making?
All right, so with me doing barbecue, it's really I think that it's great about it, and also kind of sucks about it is that my work doesn't change regardless of how much I sell. Pretty much every week, I'm knowing that I'm having to prepare at least 2 or 3 briskets, 2 or 3 pork butts, anywhere from 6 to 10 racks of ribs. I got a big offset smoker that I do it all on, and on a great day, if I sell all that, I'll make anywhere from over $1,000 to $1,500 to even $2,000. I mean, I've had days in sales where I've done bigger festivals down here and had $7,200 of sales in 2 days, and these events only last a couple hours.
That's really good.
But then some days when it starts getting slower, you're sitting there at a farmer's market, it's 90 degrees out, and there's just no one out. And I'm sitting in my truck watching, and I've actually rigged my truck up to have a TV because I'm a big Miami Dolphins fan. I'll watch, football or just turn on an episode of Seinfeld. And there's nothing worse than I hate than just sitting around, just sweating in the hot sun, knowing that I'm not making it. And I do have an AC unit in there, but it's still, it's when it's good, but when it's bad, it's bad.
Have you masturbated in your truck?
Well, come on. Why?
No, I have not, but me and my girlfriend has fantasized. But we
okay. You can watch some videos in there.
I can't promote that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I asked him, I put the camera on him to see if I could do gotcha journalism. I was trying to get him. It's gotcha journalism. I asked the tough questions.
What? And for those that want to go down and visit Key West,
let's do some helpful hints.
Yeah, what would you suggest that like things to stay away from because they're too overhyped?
Yeah.
And
we don't want to do amateur hour.
Yeah,
here.
like cool things that locals do that also are good for tourists.
I don't understand the craze of sunset cruises. I like them in the wintertime because they're a little bit. It's not as hot. But, I mean, you just stand on a catamaran with really no cover, sweating your balls off, and also, like, I've owned a boat down here, and I actually don't anymore, and actually one thing I wanted to talk about is boat ownership down here, because I know Tom would love some of the stories and the things that are from owning a boat down here, because once you've been on boats enough, you couldn't pay me to go on one now. Because there's only so many times that you get stranded somewhere.
What says you, Mr. Captain Stranded?
Well, Adam obviously hasn't fully embraced the Porky Pig sailboat lifestyle.
Maritime Tom.
Yeah, because my dream is to live with Crystal on a sailboat in Key West.
And only wear tops.
Yeah. Where it's like...
It's the Tops on World Tour.
My muffin's white, but my legs and dong are tan black.
It's called the black and tan.
Yeah. And then I'm just walking around Key West drunk, like Nick Schwartzen. Yellow drunk.
Look like a Simpsons character.
Yeah. I'm doing live sex shows. There's still some underground there, for sure.
So there's the ocean side and there's the backcountry. And the ocean side is the one that I love because I love to go out to the reefs. I want to help. I go scuba diving.
Nice.
There's bigger lobsters to get out there. There's more stuff to see in my book. I also like to be able to go a bit deeper. because it's so freaking hot.
Divers do it deeper is what they say.
Yeah. But then you have like the partying crowd and like friends of like my girlfriend's type of crowd, and they love to go to the back country, which they have sandbars, and you go kind of hang out in the sandbar and get drunk. But what no one thinks about is the tide change difference.
Yeah.
Is that when you're going out there, yeah, you might have a bunch of tide, but then after you're out at the sandbar for a couple hours and you're super drunk, and then you have to make your way back. I can't tell you how many times I've run aground, ruined a prop, gotten stuck, straight up stranded on a sandbar.
So you are like Tom. Hold on a second.
Everybody is.
I mean, this guy, the familiarity.
We're all drunk trying to navigate a boat.
One time, remember we were going and you were like, I don't need a depth finder, and we just like go like right into the sand.
Yeah. That's fine. It's the sand.
It's nature's. It's just a little harder water. They call it.
Yeah, you do it enough times to where, and then unfortunately the marina where I was keeping my boat got bought out by a bigger corporation, and my fee went up from $230 a month to like $550. And so I was like, okay, I'm not using this boat enough to justify that. And that's
Tom will never say that. He'll never get rid of his boat.
No, they'll price me out just like they price everybody out. Yeah. Because they,
Yeah, but your boat's at Command Alive, and I'm pretty sure they're using it as their rescue boat.
What they want, the best boater is the boater that never uses his boat and just sits there.
Planet Fitness boater.
They live up in New York, and they have some sort of boat that just sits there. They pay for the maintenance and all the stuff, and no one ever
Until
uses
they die.
it. Yeah. And then it's just a whole marina of boats from rich New York guys that never use their boat.
Ghost boats.
And the deckhands never have to get on the truck and pull them down ever.
No lifts, no nothing.
Like me and Adam, that we're using our boats, like the marinas and everybody around the boating industry, we're like, we don't like those guys. We want the guy that does nothing.
We don't like Johnny Boat Weekend. We like Johnny Leave It in the Rafters.
Yeah.
But even after having the boat in, and where all you have to do is call the marina and they put it in the water for you, and then you still get there, it's in the water, and you're like getting all your stuff on. You're like, this is still a lot of work. This is really hot.
Tom never says that. Well, you do, but you continue to do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna age out eventually, though. But then then
you'll
get the itch again.
The food truck kind of overtook the boat for me. It's like, especially with playing music and so being a singer and playing and singing that much. Like the nights that we do, like I say, 4 to 6 hours without breaks.
That's a lot.
Me and another guy trade off, but we still have to do at least about 3 hours a night. There's a whole like health regimen that I have to do just to keep my voice in shape to be able to sing. Because I sing stuff from anywhere from Guns N' Roses to Journey to, really high stuff to down to even like lower stuff. Like I have to do like a wide range of stuff because pretty much what we do is that we just take requests off Venmo.
Nice.
We take requests through the crowd and stuff. So you have to be able to pivot and do all of it.
What do you think as far as if someone's dream was to go and retire in Key West? Do you think that they're
Do you think they're idiots and ugly?
No. Do you think they're going to get what they want?
Asking for you.
Or do you think in like 6 months they're going to start regretting it because it's not what they, because sometimes, when you go on vacation, the old joke is like, I think I want to live here. Like everybody who goes, I've done it. Everybody seems like that goes to a really nice place wants to live there. But then when they live there, it's a little different than what they expect.
I think the snowbird life really is that's the dream. Where you can, because no one wants to be down here during the summertime anyway because it's so hot. Living down here for 8 months of the year, if all you want to do is put on flip-flops during the day and go walk to a bar or walk and live downtown, it's going to cost you a little bit, but if you can afford it and that's your dream, I know tons of people who are, they're retired and they're just kind of like drinking their lives away, having a blast, and they're loving it. You know what I mean? That's what it's kind of like. My girlfriend's parents. He was a lawyer in Chicago, and he got tired of living in Chicago and being a lawyer, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna retire down in Key West. He has a sailboat, and kind of just really very similar to what Tom wants to do. He works on my food truck with me like 1 day a week.
That's cool.
And he actually does police oversight for the city and works like 30 minutes like every day. It's super easy.
And you can be bottomless for that in Key West, which is awesome. The cops, the belt is on the shoulders, not the waist.
What is the rule? Like you just walk around openly nude, or you got to be like? Because I remember there was
you got to have a sticker on your penis. Like a permit.
They allowed you to be nude up at the top of like a Garden of Eden bar, but like there wasn't so much nude on the streets. Maybe Fantasy Fest is different, but like in the the poker run, you had to go to specific bars to see the nudity.
Yeah, and that's still how it is, except for during Fantasy Fest, where there's a fantasy zone. They actually had to make this fantasy zone because kids were getting dropped off like from school during these Fantasy Fest days.
Just drop me off at the fantasy zone.
It sounds awesome for a kid.
And Key West is a grid city, so I mean, you have the main strip of Duval Street, but then you also have downtown where kids live, where they're dropping off schools, and these people are walking. From,
I like
their
all those
Airbnbs.
perverts. They're like, what do we call it? Let's call it Free Candyland. You idiot perverts!
And so they had to like tell everyone like, hey, you can't pull your dongs out until you're in the fantasy zone, because even walking to and from like their hotels or Airbnbs, they're encountering groups of kids who are getting off school buses, and
yeah,
gotcha. It's another world.
You know what?
Key West kids are hard. I feel like.
I don't.
Yeah, they are
tough.
I don't mind my son seeing some dongs.
They need to. It'll toughen them up.
You'd see it if you were in a sports, like in the locker room or whatever.
The toughest places to see it: sports locker rooms, jails,
fantasy zone,
correctional facilities.
You're right. I was like, toughen them up seeing a couple old man's dong.
Yeah,
it's a part of life. Anyway.
Hospital, psychiatric wards.
Adam, thanks so much for talking to us today and doing a weird job interview.
Appreciate you, man.
And again, tell us your schedule in case anybody's down there visiting Key West. I know we've got our video editor Melissa's down there, so next time you see, if she's down there,
she's crazy loose woman.
I'm just saying,
she'll eat it.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just trying to make her laugh.
We should bully her. All she does is bully me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make her laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Let's see. I play at Dirty Harry's every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We start at 9. I'm in a band called the Dirtbags, and look for my food truck called MacDo BBQ. All around Key West or different festivals and the markets on Thursdays and Sundays.
Awesome. So if any BDMs are down there, go say what's up to Adam.
Support our buddy Adam. Thank you for the time, for being such a good sport, and for giving us such a great weird job. That was a good one, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you soon. See ya.
Have a good one.
That's our buddy Adam, live from Key West.
I haven't been to the Keys in a while.
Made me want to go.
I want to go back.
That made me want to go.
Yeah.
Everything he was saying just sounds like, because I like the heat, I like the street bar atmosphere, I love live music.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome. I like being near the water, hearing it.
Once my sons get scuba certified, I want to go down there for like a week long. Just stay down there at an Airbnb
and just dive.
You dive a little bit, just hang out. Yeah. Like, and then because there's such great scuba diving down there, and
from what I'm told,
it's just it's expensive.
Yeah, I've never done it.
You go a little bit. You go to the Bahamas, and it's kind of it's basically the same, just cheaper.
Yeah, but your mask is it's like held together. Like this thing is dry rot crazy. These think it's 5 months. I'm like, okay, whatever you say, dude.
You can do whatever you want to shoot a gun underwater.
I do want to shoot
you can do it in the Bahamas.
You got me.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
It is another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch with us. We love her. She's awesome. She helps us out. And also sometimes, reprimands me for not doing everything that I need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, is our good friend Tracy, White Claw Tracy.
Hello.
Hold on.
Reprimands you. You're the boss.
No. She yells at me. She's like, click the button on Twitch so I can watch the videos, you idiot. Because Twitch.
Yes.
Wait, I was just going to use that as a segue into plugging that we are live on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, Twitch makes you go in after every broadcast and like manually click that you want people to be able to see.
It used to not do that.
No, it used to be automatic.
And then all of a sudden, I go to watch something that I missed. I don't like watching it on YouTube because I like to see what all my friends write in the chat, even though it's after. But
what do you think they're talking trash about you?
No, I just know they love me. That's all.
Okay, fair enough.
So this segment is brought to you by White Claw.
Yes.
Get it everywhere. White Claw's everywhere.
White Claw hard seltzer.
I love White Claw. Love all their flavors.
At this point, I call it the original.
Yes.
And I don't know if I'm even allowed to say that, but I'm going to say it because it's the one I started on. And I, much with all alcohols, I always start with something I love, and then I'll venture out, and then I always come back to what I truly love. And I'm here to tell you, and if it's basic, that's fine with me. Just call me Lime White Claw, Danny.
Oh, I'm
lime.
mango.
I just love a good old-fashioned Lime White Claw.
Yeah, I was about to mention lime.
They've been around so long.
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
The original variety pack, I'd go back to that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, the original is nostalgic to
It's
me.
Daddy Sprite is what I call it. It's a little Daddy Sprite, and it's the best one. And I'm back on the original Lime. There you go.
Fun fact, I did not drink at all while in college. I was not a drinker. And
Really?
Yeah, because I don't like beer, and when you're in college...
But you were also loose, so how did that
Come
work?
on. Why don't you say that?
I don't know. That's for my dad in heaven.
And also, I don't believe that for a second.
No, seriously.
Well, I mean,
You're a goddamn liar.
You can call my best friend.
blew my
No, I am not lying.
If I called your best friend, I would be like,
She was
was drunk
always
at
the drunk
9.
one. She was always the drunk one. No, I didn't actually start drinking until...
You know what you are? You are married with a child, Haktua.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. I don't know. Having fun over
She's
here.
rich now, though, right?
No. Back to the spring factory. She worked in a spring factory.
It's a mattress, right?
No springs.
Oh,
She
the
made
springs in the mattress.
Yeah, I know. You know what? That's a racist thing to say. You assume that all people of color work in spring factories, and no, there are whitos in there too.
So when did you start drinking, Tracy?
When I moved to, I started right
Is
before
this the
I moved to
intervention?
Florida. But I didn't like beer. I don't like beer, and I would
Don't
drink
say
wine.
that. What if we have a beer sponsor on the hook?
I mean, sorry,
We have a
you
beer
guys can drink it.
One of the things you're like, let's plug our beer fest.
That is why I invited White Claw out to the beer fest.
I don't like beer, so come on out. I also don't like fun music. Take that, Silver Linings Band.
Oh, you know what? I've realized that, you remember back in the day when I would tell Sam that my son's...
Who? It's been a long time. It's been a very long time.
Well, that my sons, like, they say I love beer, and like, especially Tommy, like, my dad loves beer, and
They
then
may
I'm like,
have
I
done
don't
that
drink.
for Maisie because Maisie is forever. I'm not drinking right now, and she'll be like, "I'll come home," and she'll be like, "Yeah, I know you want a beer," and I'm like, "No, what are you doing?"
And then I'd say my sons rarely see me drink beer, like a Solar Bears game, like because I drink White Claw, you know,
Right.
and I drink it over ice, and I drink it in a cup.
Do you do
So
that
it's
to
like,
hide it from them?
no, I just like that's the way I like to consume it.
Okay.
It also it cuts the White Claw, so it gives me less hangover later, and I'm drinking it like a mixed drink.
Sure. Whatever you got to tell yourself.
This is what I tell myself.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
telling
with
you.
you. Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm telling myself.
Okay, yeah, you're here. I feel that.
I'm straight out of the can, no ice.
wow.
That
truck driver style. I like that. Yeah, 18-wheeler Tracy.
And I too do that sometimes. The problem is that will get you the next day
That will
if
get
you
you.
start forgetting how many. You're like,
Yeah.
have I had 8?
Then you start leaving them places, and then you start finishing that little bit of warm lime in the bottom, and you feel guilty when you do it.
So I back.
You know what I'm talking about.
This past weekend, I'm bioluminescence. I'm in the John boat or whatever,
Yeah.
and then I'm drinking White Claw, and then I'm drinking one, and it went down the wrong pipe, and I coughed it into Tommy, like because Tommy's sitting in front of me. Right?
My God, man.
And I'm like,
You're coughing alcohol into your son's hair.
and then it sprayed out. Right?
Oh my God!
And it did
so
that.
you did the Triple H.
Yes,
You did the Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, because I'm trying to, use the trolling motor, and then I'm also drinking, and then
I'm the game.
And when I coughed it into Tommy, Tommy's like, "Oh, Dad coughed beer on me," and then
Did you correct him?
which is the number one yelled thing in Florida.
yeah, and then I realized at that moment that he had been talking about White Claw the whole time and just called White Claw beer. So he's known I was an alcoholic his whole life.
Not to give him a point, but technically it's
Right.
malt.
Yes, I was just going to say.
Technically, it is
yeah.
a beer.
Yeah,
He is
sure.
a smart boy.
And then I realized he's just been watching me drink White Claw and then associating that with beer, and then I thought I was tricking him all this time, and then he's had a memory of me drinking like
every day.
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do that. I eat the sandwich. And
do you ever talk to them? Do you try not to talk to them when you know you can't articulate correctly?
No, I still.
Do you stay quiet, or do you just like try to hold it together?
Yeah, one time I was.
Maisie does know the difference in beers. Like she knows like White Claw beer, wine, liquor.
Yeah, Mason.
But
does
I think
too.
girls notice things more. I just believe this now after looking at this a lot.
My sons have a little bit of my DNA, which
all beer,
which no,
all pink on the inside, top fan.
Which is they have the lack of ability to notice like the details of things.
Yeah,
which is it hinders them greatly in their normal lives. Like, I mean, I have to Magoo help them everything. Like, and people
every day is a wasp on the head.
I have to put Tommy's laptop in his backpack. I have to put his charger, his phone, and forget everything. And I know people hear this and they say, "No, you have to let him do it himself. He's never going to learn." But I'm here to tell you.
I love to here to tell you.
Yeah, it's a disability. I'm helping my special needs son through life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And,
so don't mock it.
And I know that you're saying he's not special needs, and that's an insult to special needs people.
It really is.
Yeah. But I'm not here to tell you.
but it's the second I'm here to tell you.
And I'm telling myself.
If you say it 3 times, here to tell you juice comes. He's the crazy. I'll save that little beauty for later.
And he looks like he's kind of a businessman, but he bought all his clothes at Ross.
He looks like your old attorney.
It's all baggy.
That attorney you had with the baggy suit.
Yeah. It's like you're wearing a baggy Nautica dress shirt.
Wasn't that guy so tall that he had to put his desk on phone books to set it up? Like he was like lurch, like tall. Okay. What are the topics today, Tracy? This is Tracy's White Claw segment. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was fantastic. Yes.
Well, we're out of gas now, so it's up to you now.
Yeah.
What did you bring to the table?
Don't cough it on your son. All right.
Have you ever let him have a sip?
No. Crystal's he's always asked for one, and Crystal's really against that.
Why?
Because she's.
How are they going to know it exists if they don't taste it from their dad?
Yeah. Because.
How are they going to learn it from you if you don't,
How's he going to pick his favorite flavor?
Exactly.
And she's like, I don't want him to associate any sort of alcohol and the flavor of it or how it tastes with some sort of bonding moment or, like.
I agree with that.
And then
Maisie hasn't either. It's funny that we both have not. I was big talking there for a second. No, Maisie. Maisie hasn't even tried it.
I will just not say anything.
Tracy, I'm just telling you, it's a mumbo jumbo. It's not going to stop nothing. It's like breast milk. It doesn't do nothing when they're by the time they are 26.
When I was a kid, my dad would hand me his drink or beer in a restaurant, and I'd sip it.
Yeah. I do it in public too.
Yeah. Tell me, everybody listening to this, if you're close to my age, well, not everybody, but most of you, know what that's like. My dad, I'd be like, "What is that? Is that beer?" And I want to try it. My dad, here, try the beer.
We would be driving in our family van up to Disney World, and my dad would be drinking and driving.
It's a different
because
time.
it was a different. No, 80s.
Back then, he was having a beer.
Yes,
going wherever he was driving. It was different.
Yeah, no, he was just literally that's what he drank.
Yeah,
so it's
he was hydrating while driving.
Yeah. He wasn't drunk. Anyway, that's what he's telling me.
And I still do this to this day.
And then I would be like, I'm so thirsty. And he's like, I have a sip of this beer. And then I walk off because I wasn't wearing a seatbelt in the van.
Yeah.
And I take a sip of the beer. I'm like, God, it would taste disgusting. And I hate it. And then I tell Crystal, I'm like, well, I used to do this when I was a kid. And she's like, looks at me straight in the face. And then she's like, yeah. Do you want that for your son? And I'm like, oh, no.
The bowling's got me drunk.
That is probably why I don't drink beer. So when I was younger, I lived in Pennsylvania, so we had a basement, and my dad would recycle, the bottles, and he would put
the bodies.
He would put the bottles on the steps to go out the side door, but they always had a little bit left in them, and I guess I would just sit at the step and drink all the swill, and Yeah.
That's what happens. That was it. That's the origin. Like Toxic Avenger has an origin story. Like he fell into the vat of toxic waste.
Yeah.
And then he became the,
I like describing memories of your childhood to somehow justify what you want to, how you want to raise your kids. And then you pause for a second and you're like, I don't want that for them. Because that's happened to me a lot where I'm like, well, I did it. And then I'm like, oh. That's not a good argument for why this should be done at all. Anyway, so Tracy, speaking of Pennsylvania,
yes,
you recently went there for a wedding, which I thought, and I'm not going to, telegraph your age to our listeners, but around our age group, I thought weddings were done.
This has got to be a second
one.
I
just said that yesterday.
This has got to be a second one, right?
No,
for somebody. No,
first wedding. It's for my yes, it's my cousin. So the issue is, the reason is my dad's one of 10 kids. So my dad's the second oldest, and I'm the third oldest cousin.
Okay, you got a giant family.
Yeah, there's I think 26 or 28 cousins. So my youngest are still in college.
See, at some point the family gets so big, I feel like people don't matter.
No, they didn't even recognize each other. Yeah. They didn't even recognize each other. I walked up to my cousin Joey and I'm like, hey, or Frankie. I'm like, hey Frankie. See what happened? Joey wasn't there. And I'm like, hey Frankie, and I was talking to Matt, and he goes, I'm like, did you say hi to Frankie? He goes, no, Frankie didn't even recognize me. And I walk up to Frankie, and I'm like, hey, Frankie, do you see who I'm with? He's like, yeah. He goes, and I go, do you know who it is? He goes, your husband? And I just looked at him, and I went, no.
I mean,
that's your cousin.
Well, then I would ask all of you, why are you having these gatherings?
Yeah,
because if it's all just a room full of strangers,
if I was the dad of this,
then
am I paying for this?
Exactly.
I'm paying for all the family
strangers.
Oh yeah,
don't even know each other.
Yeah, Joey's look. In order for me to stroke the check for some ziti, Joey better know Frankie. You know what I'm saying? If I'm stroking the check for ziti,
according to them, he has changed his looks a lot. He was going through a lot, so he's now more clean cut. So the hair, he shaved the beard and all that. So I guess he was unrecognizable.
Did you hear? Frankie's trans.
But yeah, so that's why it was a first wedding for my cousin.
All right,
but it was massive when we were in Pennsylvania. So we did get Mason hates Pennsylvania. He says it's disgusting and it stinks.
Mason,
like we were in Center City.
Tell him I chanted his name on the show because that's fantastic. That's a funny boy.
Because the wedding was in Center City, so we were able to just walk around like everywhere. It was right across the street from Reading Terminal. And we did get to see, after we walked out of the Reading Terminal, after having lunch, we turned the corner and we got to watch a homeless man piss in the corner. And I started gagging because it smelled so bad.
Yeah, they're strong.
Bad.
They're strong.
It was so pungent.
So when you go...
It's because they're sedentary for so long.
Yeah.
It's like a tea bag. You know what I mean? It's pungent.
There's a lot
like sun tea.
Yeah.
You know what? That is a perfect analogy.
It's marinating.
Yeah, it really
Philly
is.
would have been great if they can just clean up the homelessness, but that seems to be a big problem. So we ended up going over, we were walking through City Hall, and unbeknownst to us, we just walked up to the portal. You know, the big portal that they did from the different countries?
Oh, is that the one where ladies go and they flash their boobs and it goes to Ireland?
Guess what I did. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, oh, my God. I hope you one-upped them. Bottoms only.
Let's talk about homeless for a second. I don't want to sound insensitive.
Did she light your conservative fire? Do you have something you need to get off your chest, sir? Do you want to weaponize Orlando PD, take it over, and clean up this hellhole?
Listen,
this town needs an enema.
I'm empathetic, and I understand. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to have a good life.
You want America great again.
I feel bad. Listen, they're going through a rough time. They deserve. Take some of this tank money. We're building tanks and give it to the homeless. I don't care. Okay. I'm just saying that. When I was in Stockholm, Sweden, I didn't see one homeless person around.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what are they doing here? Because
they're probably chained to a wall.
I don't know what they're doing.
It's got to be super sinister.
Pretty sure their government helps them, which is probably why they have
Or they round them up.
Why don't they help themselves? Pull yourself up by your boots.
I don't know what they're doing. All I'm just saying is that
you liked it.
When there's a big city with no homeless, I'm like, like
nice.
you can get used to that.
It's a
You're
better
like,
city.
You're just like,
Oh, yeah.
you don't have to deal with the pee-pee.
It's like Sim City.
Yeah, you don't have to. And I'm like, this is.
Yes.
And if you haven't experienced that, I'm just saying you
Yeah.
should try to experience that and then ask yourself if you care about
We
the
should just
homeless.
give out
'cause
diapers.
It was pretty interesting because, I mean, even at 8 in the morning, I had to walk 2 blocks down to get my hair done for the wedding. And I'm like walking up to this bus stop, and there's just a bunch of homeless people, probably on meth, all hanging out, yelling. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
like your
great, I
assumptions.
got to walk by these people because nobody else is out in the morning. It was, Saturday morning at like 8.
I don't care if you take road money or whatever money,
Yeah.
and then you give it to them and just put them in hotels just to get them off the streets. Like, give them money.
I think that is what they're doing. Actually,
Take
so
them.
I think that's happening.
Give them a good life
They should put
with
'em in a
with
mall.
my tax money. I'm just saying, it is utopia walking around a city, no homeless.
Right.
Yes. Oh, yes, because while we were at the portal, this gentleman started talking to us, and at first I thought he was not homeless and not insane, but then it turns out that he was insane and started yelling at us that the people of the portal should put the country flags up because nobody knew what country we were talking to. But yeah, then he just
That's
started
an excellent
ranting.
point. If you don't
So-
know, if you don't see the Irish flag,
Yeah.
you don't know.
And
That's
so
that homeless guy's
we,
smart.
We were Googling because we ended up seeing, I think it was Lithuania. And I'm like, I don't know the flag of Lithuania. So, and then it's this tiny little
it's a turkey
pixelated-
wearing, I believe, wraparound sunglasses.
That was a really fun, that was like stupid fun because we didn't do just like the wave. Like most people go up to it and just, besides show their boobs, they just wave to people and the other people just wave back.
Yeah.
Has any man ever gone, drop trowel? You think it's had to happen, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can be arrested for that. If there's probably some signs that are like, this is a public space.
Well, weren't
so
those
you're not allowed to-
OnlyFans girls like showing their boobies up in New
They-
York
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
And so they moved the New York one. That was the one in Philly because the back of it had it said New York on the back of it. So they said no more New York. You're acting up.
So, Tracy, because we don't have that much more time, I want to talk about your new favorite show.
Oh my gosh.
And
Do you have a new favorite show?
And explain to this.
Is it more trash TV?
Oh, it is. I need like just filler when if you guys aren't on, I just like to have, if I'm cooking, just something on in the background.
That's a good answer, right?
I like filler, just like you guys.
I said if you guys aren't on, I need filler. I need filler if you guys aren't on. And so I have been obsessed recently, and I just started maybe a month ago watching Life, where it changes, Love After Lockup or Life After Lockup. And it's about these crazy people finding prison mates and sending them money and then expecting them to be normal as soon as they get out, and then they're like, marry me right now, and then they drive them to a halfway house.
There's
It's great.
there's a friend, an acquaintance that I have online that is in a
Really?
relationship with a person that is locked up, and they openly talk about it. Like
love
she'll
this.
post a call of him incarcerated, and they're just talking, and she'll post it like it's just like they're talking on the phone, no different than you would like Merry Christmas and all this kind of
I
stuff.
love it.
And
Did
eventually,
you meet him in jail, or did they were together and then he went to
I
jail?
think she met him in jail, or
Okay.
maybe she met him when he was about to go in. But I will tell you the amount though of crap that she gets from just strangers that see it. Because I look at it,
Yeah.
right? And the number of people that she knows that will comment on it and judge it is so heavy, it almost makes me think that, like, it's weird. It's like,
Well,
shut up. I mean, like, it's not none of your business. I mean, it is a very unique
Yes.
thing, but people will just comment on anything these days,
But
right?
there's a huge difference between meeting the person in jail already, like that's the first
Right.
time you met them, they were
Right.
in jail,
And then
or
they went.
And
or
it's-
then before, and then they went
Yeah,
to jail,
and so
because that's fine.
All of these people are literally just finding them on whatever it's a dating app site, like a dating website for inmates. And
They have that?
They do.
Yeah,
they
they do
do.
have that.
They
Okay.
do.
They have like dating websites for practically anything you want.
It's insane. And some of these people are talking to multiple inmates. This one girl that I'm watching on this season. So
you got
I
a
am,
couple fish on the hook.
I am on. I'm like I said, I started about a month ago watching, and I am on season 3, episode 69. So there are a lot of episodes
69.
in each season too. It's not just.
Is there a main character?
No,
or
so they
it's all
change
different?
like throughout the seasons. Like they've like fizzle in and out.
Do
And
any
so,
of
like,
them make it?
Some of them, yeah. I mean, I just watched like the recap of this one couple got married because they're pregnant and like, but it's a
because like
weird...
My 600-Pound Life and Hoarders, we all know that the hook of that show is they all die.
The hoarders just go back to their normal
well, then they
ways.
die. But I mean, they're just they're trapped in a prison of like filth.
I just watched this one guy, and he is. He goes by a Native American religion, right? So he married his wife in a Native American ceremony in the back of his pickup truck in a park before he drove her to the halfway house. And the dress that he bought her, it didn't fit. So she had to wear his like leather Native American jacket and her prison clothes, and they did end up actually getting really like real married, and she got clean, and then all of a sudden they just did an update. She left and he hasn't seen her, and he cut his long Indian ponytail because that's what they do for a ceremony.
Yeah, when they leave you cut your ponytail off. You know, I've been thinking about that all week because my hair's getting longer now, and if Andrea leaves me, I had to shave my head. I've been thinking about that. That's the Native American spirit,
it is.
and I transcend that.
They put he went to the same park with his guy, and they put it in a piece of
You're actually
cloth.
supposed to cut it and boil it. And then have different family members drink some of the broth.
He told him to burn it.
Well, you could do that. You could do that.
That signifies letting go. That's like death.
Yeah, you could use it like a smudge pot.
It's the best show ever.
Is it like Jerry Springer and I'm just wondering.
Well, that was all
scenes,
fabricated, fake stuff.
Well, that's what I mean. Like that, these producers of the show find the trashiest, crazy people, and then say like, "Hey, let's just like, what do you do?"
You're just still figuring that out.
I think they find.
I mean, then there's no way there's legitimately.
They find the trashiest people, but then these people are in jail. Like they're criminals.
It's not just trashy guys. I think a lot of these people have low IQ.
Yeah,
and they urge them to do these things though. Like, haven't you guys
they
had
probably
a wedding?
give them money.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, because most of them, I don't know why all these women, it's crazy because they get attached to these men in jail and they're like, I love him, I love him, I love him. I've been talking to him for 2 years. And then as soon as they get out of jail, they want to just jump into everything. But girls are like that. Like they like being like, as soon as they have like a long time boyfriend, they're like, when are we getting married? When are we getting married? Right?
Or the producers like, I'll give you $500 to get married.
They might.
So you could buy crack.
They might. They might.
Yeah.
Because if I was
more than anything, I love crack, so I'll get married.
I've got a show to shoot. I can't wait around while you guys figure out if you you married on Monday.
This isn't about real love. This is about you smoking crack, getting married. You got to beat her up.
Then cut your ponytail off. Yeah. I'll give you
then burn it.
$800 for that.
Yeah. You smoke the crack. You go on the run.
The one lady is a Mormon from Salt Lake City, and she found a guy in jail in LA who lives in Compton, and she just moved her 3 children out to Compton to live there because that's where they.
I'll pay.
That's the show.
It's such a great show.
I'll pay for the plane tickets if you move to Compton. Like, that's
got like a wife swap vibe too.
Well, and then her Mormon friends came out to visit her for her birthday, and they looked at her and they went, are you not wearing your undergarments? Because her dress was really tight and shorter. And so they guess the Mormons have like certain underwear that they're supposed to wear.
Yeah,
like,
Mitt Romney. That's a big old ballooner.
And then she got mad at him for talking about what underwear she was wearing.
I'll give you $200 for not wearing underwear. It's just all the producer.
Just price everything. A la carte.
I only spent like $1,800, and this is going to sell to Netflix for 25,000.
And then I said,
well, it's during COVID now too.
Going with what Tom's saying, it's like you say, I'll give you $200 if you take off your Mormon underwear, and they're like, I will not do that. I'll give you $500 if I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like you just increase it slightly.
I'm selling this episode for $25,000 or maybe probably $50,000 or some crazy amount, and then so it's all that.
Plus, I also think maybe they don't have to pay a lot because I do think that these people are pretty dumb.
Yeah. Well, the one lady, she was scamming a bunch of people. She made in her jail time, she made $800,000 that was sent to her. I mean, it.
You know what I just
Can you
thought
have an OnlyFans from jail?
She was sending naughty pictures. They were like side boob, but you couldn't like show actual boob because I think they like. I know they said photos coming into the jail they all have to like look at. They go through like 15 people before.
All right,
prisoner.
This is going to sound really bad, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Here we go.
Is this going to sound worse than you wanting all the homeless dead? Because like the bar is pretty low.
Bring them to paradise. But give them a house or whatever.
Yeah, but we'd have to pay for that. That's the problem.
Yeah. Just take money from somewhere else. I'm saying that's the biggest problem.
I'm telling you, they're actively doing that right now.
Yeah. Now, and if they don't want to go, I'm fine with you forcing them. That's a different story.
Just push them down.
You can round them up. Anyway, so if I was a single man, I just thought of this. Like, if there's dating websites for prisoners, like I'd find prisoners that are, imagine there's some good-looking female prisoners out there.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have an issue, though.
And then so especially the ones that, get into like
the mules are really hot.
But see, the issue with the
mules are hot.
Banging the high school.
We had a
kids.
girl that came in and played at my house that was a heroin mule. She was smoking hot. She was
so
a 14.
The females are going to be a problem though, because most of them, if they're prisoners, most of them are interested in women, and when they come out are having a hard time now getting with the man that's been funding them, because their best friend that was in with them, who they were
they're lesbian now.
Is now out, and now their boyfriends don't like it because they're like, how can you be friends with your ex?
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's complicated.
Yeah, the men's don't. I mean, the men. I don't know. They don't talk about that. But and then there's one guy who was in jail, and then he couldn't get a job because it was during COVID. He got laid off, and so he started an OnlyFans page. So he's gay for pay.
Yeah.
I think anybody's be gay for pay. I mean, like if it's
but
just photos.
He didn't want to supposedly announce it on TV, and his lady took him to a lie detector test, and he's like, "Great, now I'm out on TV."
This show's unhinged.
It's great.
This is an
so
unhinged
great.
show. I'm into it.
So great.
But I'm just saying that if you wanted to have, because some prisons give conjugal visits and stuff like, and then essentially just hook up with an inmate.
I got a story.
And a conjugal visit, and then you're sending money so they could buy ramen noodles or whatever the commissary. And then so essentially they're trading. It's a form of legal prostitution, kind of.
Some of them don't let you have a conjugal visit, and so the one lady from the Mormon lady, they paid somebody at the jail to let them go in a closet so that they could have relations, and that's how her younger daughter was born, and they didn't tell anyone that was her father. I know, and they she told her teenage kids, she goes, he's her father, and we did it in a closet. And I was staring at the TV, I'm like, these poor children are so
why the hell are you watching this?
It's so great. It's so great. My life is so boring.
She just needs a filler, man. Just need that filler.
Watching horrible.
You're just watching horrible people get paid to be more horrible.
While I'm watching that, I'm actually crafting. Do we have time so I can give?
I guess. I mean, like,
I don't know.
We'll talk about that next time, Tracy.
All right. Well, I was going to give you a gift.
Okay, what is it?
What is it? Depends on what it is.
It's from Easy.
Okay, what'd you paint? Oh, that's fantastic. It's the Gnome and Daughter Nuts logo, hand painted.
Oh, okay.
Tom, not AI, no watercolor filter on that.
Gnome and Daughter Nuts.
Yeah, but it's just
that's the real logo.
I watched about 5 episodes while doing that.
I love that. Thank you, Tracy.
I could have just taken that logo and put a watercolor filter over it.
I know, we've talked about this.
Exactly.
I know.
I also love how lazily you said that. You said, it's the exact same thing. Which makes it even better because it's the lazy hit one button.
The text I got from him, I did get a text from him. He goes, "I'm just kidding. This is really good." Like,
he's
bragging on me.
I don't give up that he's a softie.
I only said that so you won't quit, Tracy.
Don't give up that he's a softie.
I know what he's doing.
Yeah, he does balance the insults. He'll tell me that too. He'll be like, "Yeah, get out of here, you immoral." And then he'll be like, "But you're funny."
Just every once in a while.
It's like with the abuser. It's like, I only did this because I love you. Here's some flowers.
Oh, my God. All right.
Fantastic.
Take a break?
Yeah. White Claw, you know where it is.
Yeah. You know what it
Go get it. All right. We'll be right back. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do some emails, some voicemails. My wife, Crystal Van's here.
Hey.
She'll help us answer some stuff.
It's always nice to have. I've heard from nobody that we've lost the female perspective and they need that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
I've heard from nobody.
I was just going to clarify.
Yeah, nobody has said that. But it is nice. I love having the wives in here. We get a lot of positive feedback when we have our wives in here. A lot of people are like, oh, my God, you guys are, in different ways, you're both such monsters to your wives.
Yeah.
And that hurts my feelings a little bit, but that's okay. You know, we're being honest and sharing. And, you know, I feel like the authenticity of what we are maybe outweighs the negativity that people want to label it.
I know when I'm listening to my gambling podcast or fantasy football, I often think, I wonder what a female would think about all this.
Yeah. That's good. That's funny. I like that. All right. Emails. If you want to leave us an email, show@tomanddan.com is the email address. We read all of them. We read some of them on the air. Dan, Tom, and special guest, if hanging around, do you think you'd give off creepy vibes if someone saw you walking around midnight? Shout out to random people that walk pets at midnight. Well, I think I would, just because I'm a beard. I think that I stick out a little more. Now, I didn't used to. I don't think I used to give off creepier vibes, but I would vote that I probably give off creepier vibes now.
Now, I will say, though, and no offense,
none taken.
but with your stature, I feel like that helps you.
Harmless.
It does, where they
it's disarming.
They, you know, when they see you walking a little peepee dog, and you do have a big gray biker beard, but since you're small, then I feel
small and weak.
People are like, oh, he's just
a lost old man. Right?
Most likely they're calling 911 to report a lost person.
Silver alert.
Yeah, versus calling in their own fear.
Right.
They're like, I think this guy, I don't know, it's late. He shouldn't be outside.
Yeah. Like, let me help this old grandpa get back to. And and they probably feel more for the dog, right?
Right, like the dog's probably hungry because he might have been wandering around for a long time and he doesn't realize.
I think more people are, like, when you see an old man lost with a dog, you're more worried about the dog than you even are the old man.
So I will say that my only experience walking a dog as of late was Dre and Leanne's dog, that old milky-eyed Yorkie that they left with us for a week. And,
what was his name? He had a cute name.
Rocky.
Maisie loves Rocky.
This thing is deaf. It's blind. It doesn't know where it's at.
But it sure plays a mean pinball.
And we had to walk it often late at night because we were about to go to sleep. And then so it's like, we got to walk it before we go to bed because
you'll wake up to a brown puddle on the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about number 2. Like, old dog's urine turns brown Coca-Cola.
So I'm like walking the dog at 9:30, 10.
He never wanted to go to the bathroom.
He didn't. But at 10:30 at night, I felt awkward because it wanted to go up in people's yards. And I was like, no, we got to stay. In the daytime, I was fine with going up in people's yards. But I'm like, I can't be walking up in someone's yard at 10:30.
You'll get shot.
Not only that, I don't want to, like, alarm.
Their Ring doorbell goes off and wakes them up.
Yeah.
Or they're stupid. I hate motion lights. God, you can't, like, I've hated them ever since I smoked. Because you walk out your house to smoke, and somebody's motion light is so sensitive that it catches you on your own balcony, and then it like shines a light on you. Maybe you're standing out there in your underwear.
So let's talk about lights for a second.
I miss smoking. Oh God, I'd kill for a cigarette right now.
Let's
go smoke a cigarette.
I'm down.
You want to do it?
Let's start smoking now.
Has anybody ever done that on live radio?
What if we did it?
That's how radio.
But not now. I don't think the kids haven't seen it now. The kids haven't seen it. Let's show young people now how to smoke.
I'm down.
Like, hold it cool. Don't hold it like a dork. You know? Somebody's got to show them.
You were a cool smoker. I'll give you that. Yeah, it was kind of hot.
Sometimes.
I like ladies smoking. It's kind of hot.
Yeah. Then you flick it.
I know how to flick it good.
Yeah. And it was always better when you're making out with a girl that smoked too, because you're like, I can go for it now because your tongue's as rotten as mine.
Gross.
So back to lights. There was a person. Now I often wonder if, like, my neighbor did this, would I actually leave them an anonymous note telling them?
You are not the anonymous note type.
I'm not, but so
he's never said that.
So I'm fine with motion detector lights because of security or whatever, because they're off most of the time. But what about people that have obnoxious, like, landscaping lights, but over the top in their front yard?
You mean like colorful ones?
Not colorful ones, bright ass white, but
like that
so
blind
much.
you when you're driving by around the dark corner.
So there is a person in the vicinity.
They got
of
the
my
wrong
neighborhood.
lights. Those are supposed to be low voltage.
So what I think what he's describing, it's nothing that bothers us. It's not like near our house. but every time we drive by it, we're like, God, they did it wrong.
Yeah.
Like they're going for a theme, but they didn't execute it right. So we want to tell them like, move this one that way.
Yeah,
Your
it's supposed to be
neighbors-
soft light too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
landscaping light.
They're bright.
There's a whole like
soft yellow or whatever, just
there's
accents.
There's a concept to it.
This person lit up their, and not only they put 4 lights under a palm tree. That's fine, but the entire front of their house from left to right is lit up like a stadium.
Yeah.
With like bright white lights to the point where it's absurd, and it's the brightest house. Like when you turn the corner, you're like, whoa! Like it looks like stadium lights.
I would hate that.
And then I'm like, man, the neighbors of this guy or girl.
Right, let them write the
It's a
anonymous
guy.
note. Don't.
This is a dad thing.
We don't live there.
This is some nerd dad that wanted to do his own landscape lighting and then did it wrong. You know, like
He just used. It's like when people. It'd be like using lights from Home Depot that you'd use for scaffolding at night or in a garage.
Right, he used like floodlight, like bright floodlights.
Yeah.
For the decorative landscape.
You're not supposed to do that.
And so I wondered if a neighbor did that because listen, I'm also
EJ is weighing in to both of you to mind your business.
Well, at this
He
point,
says you're playing HOA.
It's encroaching, and there's no HOA in my neighborhood, which I
lower
love.
standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why this happens. But also, I love minding my business. I leave my boat out. It's probably a little too long sometimes, and in my front yard.
No HOA, you're allowed.
And I like America, do what you want. But in this instance, I truly believe that maybe the guy doesn't realize like how bright they are because he's not looking at them. He's inside his house.
About the mind your business thing, it's not from when I look at it and I want to like say something to them, which I never would, but we just joke about it in the car. It's not coming from a place of like, hey, you're being rude, you should change that. It's like, hey, I think it would look better.
Yeah.
Or like,
it's like wearing a cowboy hat backwards and hey, buddy, let me help you out here. Right?
Right.
I saw a guy wearing his cowboy hat backwards. It happens a lot, by the way, that people wear their cowboy hats backwards. You go over to
But again, if I was wearing my cowboy hat backwards and somebody told me, I would be like, I know my cowboy hat is on backwards. Don't tell me what to do.
Right. Because you're an emotional person like me.
I get it. Like we're never going to say anything to these people, but every time we come around the corner, we're like, oh my God.
Well, it is an attack because how do they know I'm not wearing this the way that I want to wear it?
And it's also obnoxious.
Also, I'm embarrassed that I was wearing it backwards.
And you've just embarrassed me by telling me.
Yeah. You ridiculed me in front of everyone.
It's also about cultural standards, and this is going to...
here we go.
So, and by that, I just mean whatever is out there and kind of the norm, that's what you should kind of follow. Like, so for instance, like
societal norms, I think, not cultural standards.
Well, whatever you want to call it.
And you do you, and I'll do
I'm
me.
calling it cultural standard. Anyway, but yeah, societal norms where like you drive through a random neighborhood in Florida and you'll see like the occasional landscape lighting. You'll see the what the standard is for the most part. If you're talking about like a 3-2 Florida house, is you have a porch light. You may have another light down the driveway that you put on. You may have a couple lights on the corner of your house, but maybe some landscape lighting. But that's about it. You know, like no one lights up the entire front of their house.
It looks like a Publix parking lot.
Like a Publix parking lot.
Yeah,
you know, it's like,
good.
And it's like you have now.
I want to see the stars, man.
Yeah, and
that's what you write in the note.
But also,
well, I'm not going to write a note. I don't live next to the guy.
There's something.
Get on Nextdoor and digitally write a note.
I wanted to invent an app, and I've talked about this for years. I think it already exists, but where you could, like, if you wanted to send anonymous notes to people, you could just go on your app and type in their address and then send them a note.
Oh wow!
And then it just comes in the mail, like with a stamp on it and everything. Or
can I write
birthday cards?
Can I write a hate speech?
Yeah, you can write whatever you want.
Yeah,
wow! I like that. It's free. I'm going to kill you.
No.
They're like, why'd you move in there?
But sometimes you want to write like a birthday card and you want it to be handwritten, but you don't want to go to the store and get it and like.
Oh, they do have
get
this.
A stamp.
They do have this.
Yeah. So I want to do that, but tell this guy about his landscape lighting, or tell this guy like Christmas Eve is not the time for fireworks.
Yeah,
you know,
because
right? Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't want to be the neighbor who goes over and does it because now it's awkward. Or like, hey, this is a neighborhood where we live. We don't have a race car garage at the end of the street.
You could still do it. You could still write a handwritten note.
Right, but
You
it's
can
easier
still-
if you're in the mood and you're angry, and then you just type it into your phone really fast while you're mad, and you hit send, and you pay.
Oh, you
$3.
want that reactionary juice?
Yes.
You want the. Okay, I see what she wants. The lightning.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it later. I'm not mad later.
Yeah, and then also with the
You know what? You explain
It's
that
going to
perfectly.
be a Karen app.
You explain that perfectly.
EJ.
Yeah. But now I'm saying mind your business, because I agree with that. But also, like, you are encroaching into other people's lives when you make your house that bright, because now you're part of the neighborhood is not like a quiet, dark neighborhood at night. It's just bright.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's I don't want to see it. It's like you are now affecting my time, although I leave my boat out there sometimes.
You're
for
very
2
careful
weeks.
and respectful about not leaving the boat out. That's not
Yeah,
true.
but maybe I shouldn't even leave it out for a week because my neighbors are like, "Hey, get your boat out of here," and I'm like, I'm taking my time cleaning it. I gotta.
You should put lights on your boat. Right, light it up.
Yeah,
I feel like lights and sound are two things that bother me when, like, if it's because that can enter my house. Like, if my neighbor in the back has a big spotlight and it's pointing right into my back, like, dining room, that's going to bother me because it comes into my house.
Have you ever?
Or the sound, like if you're playing loud music or you're revving your car's engine or whatever, like that enters my home. So I feel like those are two things that are reasonable to expect, like, your neighbors to be courteous of you.
I agree with that. I do it a little bit when I run my smoker outside, and my entire building that I'm in, I smoke everybody's house out.
Okay, smoke. All right.
Yeah, I smoke.
Add that to the list.
And I'm running a smoker outside from like 4 a.m. to like 10 p.m.
Do you think it wafts inside?
Oh, I know it does. And
Have they ever said anything?
No, but they'll walk over like, "What you cooking?" And,
I could tell you're cooking something.
They'll see it, but then here's the best part: is that the garage will smell like smoke for 6 full weeks afterwards.
Yeah.
Your garage?
It's gone now. Yeah, it'll go. It takes like a full 6 weeks to get the smoke out of there.
And then they're looking. They're like, "Aren't those the neighbors that filled our garbage cans up with water from the night before?" Are they minding your business or not?
Yeah. I'm always doing something out there. Like I block off the street to boil peanuts. I'm smoking up the entire thing. Maisie's out.
Yeah.
We'll put a pool out there and fill it up with water. And me and Dan's really splashing around in a baby pool.
But you're not bothering anybody. You know, it's
No.
like
Wait, you get in the baby pool?
Sometimes
You lay in it?
No, it's not big enough. I can sit in it. I can like crisscross applesauce in it a little bit. No, I agree with you. I always wanted to be like you're touching on something that to me, my dad always was big on landscape lighting, and one of the types of lights that he had that I always wanted with my house, and I can't have it, is he had the freestanding pole light that is at the corner of the walkway before you walk to the door.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. It is pure nostalgia, but there's something also in my mind about being like wealthy. Like, big screen TV is also another one for me. When I saw someone who had a big screen TV, I was like, "You're rich." Also, and this is a weirder one.
Pole light.
When you had a pole light, like when I'd go to your house and you'd have a nice black pole, and then the end of it would be like a globe with a light inside it. It's big, and it lit your whole walkway.
Yeah, like, this is what Great Britain has.
You took it out of my mouth. I was like, "Ooh, wee, wee." I was like, "This is France." Like, it was, I don't know, maybe that just shows how much of a hillbilly bumpkin I am, but it was and so my dad had one. And I always thought that, when I get my big time radio show job and I buy a house, I'm going to have a house that has a stick light on the front of it, and everyone will know I'm rich. And I've never had one because I don't think they're popular, right? I mean,
Our neighbor has one.
I like them.
I know. Every time I see
need
him,
one.
like, this lady's fancy. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, how'd they get it to light up all the way out here?
Yeah, man, wires don't work like that. That must be Bluetooth. Man, is that Bluetooth? But I don't know. It's like, that's not popular now, right? Like, how old is that? That's such an old...
Well, it depends on the neighborhood.
I think they look
they're
cool.
still there.
I think they look really cool.
I thought the same thing about like two either rocking chairs or Adirondack chairs, and on your front patio that no one sits in.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I got those.
I have two chairs too.
Every time I see them,
Why don't we sit under there?
no one sits in them.
It's too hot. Yeah, it's too hot. Have you ever
think
sat
that's
in an
what it is.
Adirondack chair? When I sit in an Adirondack chair, it takes me 2 weeks to get out of it.
I love sitting in that chair when it's nice out, but it's just so infrequent.
Also, when I bought them when I first bought them, I sat in them. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna be out here watching my kids play in the streets, and then they're inside playing.
Pull the Adirondack inside.
Yeah, like I need to be sitting in these things in the living room.
Here's one last thing that I feel like goes into the same thing, and I've talked to Andrea about it, and I got to get one. but I want to buy the right one, and it's expensive because I want American made, but I got to get a flag. I want a well-made American flag.
Well, listen,
you have to have made in America.
You better have a light on that thing.
Yeah,
at night.
I'll put a light on it at night.
Yeah.
I will.
Or you have to take it down.
I'll do it right
every day.
Exactly. I'll do it right. I'll put a light up, but I want a nice one.
I don't think the association is going to let you put.
They let you do flags.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, that's like one of the only things they will allow is a flag.
An American flag, or can you put any flag?
You can put any flag except for like
hate flags.
Hate flags, right? Which kind of kills like my whole collection, but. No, I want to I've priced one.
Put a POW one.
I think there's one. There is one actually. There is a POW flag like 2 streets down. There's also a Ukrainian flag 2 streets down, which I think is a little weird. I was like, wow, that's a bold. How would you even get that? But like the one I want, it's like $170.
170.
You want well made?
I want American made, well made.
That doesn't seem too bad.
Quilted, the whole made in America,
hand-stitched or something.
Yeah, made in the Carolinas by some old grandma, by Betsy Ross.
I did Amazon $9.99.
Get the China. Give me 2 vaginas,
it's got
please.
49 stars on it.
You should put 2. I heard, and this, and we'll.
I think I know. I think we're on the same algorithm.
But I'd heard that Walt Disney puts fake American flags up with 49 stars.
Yep.
So that they don't have to bring the flags or light them properly.
Correct.
In at night or that kind of thing, so they can have a bunch of American flag decorations, but they don't have to constantly move them for flag protocol. So they give the same emotion to people, but like, we have 1 star left out, so we're cheating the system.
Yeah.
And I'm like, isn't that running the fishing line around New York City?
Yes, it is.
Like,
It is, yeah.
That's how I feel.
It's the same thing.
Can I buy a well-made, American-made 49-star flag?
Yeah, but your neighbors are still going to think you're disrespectful.
I'll tell them. I'll explain to them.
But that's more disrespectful.
I'll put a little plaque under my flag saying this is a 49-star flag and it is allowed to be out at all times because it is not real. But it is in no way a reflection of how patriotic I am. I'm still a 50-star dad.
Like, you put the plaque, but not the light. Anyway, all right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Crystal, for helping
thanks for
us.
hanging out with us.
The Bart Merrick team, Bart Merrick Crystal Van, if you want to buy or sell your house.
There you go.
We'll see you on Monday.